Yep.
Yo, salute. Nick's Real Talk, man. Divine. About to get out my grind, hop in the Black Knight. About to make it happen, man. Nick's Real Talk, we all over the place. About to get it popping. Divine, Bronx, Third Eye, 7-6. The night show, the morning show. Nick's Real Talk, man. About to get in the Black Knight.
Nick's Real Talk, let's get it poppin'. We hoppin' like toppin' in the Jumpman brand, ain't no stoppin'. Divine and Bronx, Third Eye, 7-6. We live from Facebook, Twitter to Twitch, and all that shit. We number uno with the promo that blow like nitro. Now the streets are buzzing, so we flow with the night show. So spike them lights below. That thumbs up, run them up, and you double up, cause it's Nick's Real Talk, and we on the come up. We'll salute to the cats in the chat. So where it's at, now you place the chats. When I pace that under space where our faces at. We lace these cats with news, notes, stats. Game recap, no hyperbole, we straight facts. In fact, we say it lit like a can or two out the handle on the panel. We violent, so subscribe to the channel. Nick's Real Talk. Nick's Real Talk.
Hey, salute everybody. Good evening. Nick's Real Talk, man. The night show. We in the building tonight, man. Salute to we got my man BX Sports Jedi, my co-host in the building. We in here tonight, man. We're gonna talk a little Knicks, Mitch Robinson extension, preseason, get into a little all the other couple of topics out there, man. But I'm glad to be here. Salute Tim Smith, everybody in the chat. We're gonna have some people coming on later, man. So y'all look out for some panel members gonna be dropping through and all that good stuff, man. But let's get into it, man. What's up, BX? How you doing, my brother?
Good evening, Divine. Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to hear guys, everyone here in the chat. Salute to Tim Smith, to KW, to Shop Powers. I'm glad you all here. Let New York Knicks make a little headline news there, and we're about to break it down. I enjoy seeing my KRT family and sitting here and joining and let's have a good show. Divine, let's get started.
Yeah, yes indeed, man. Listen, good. I hope everybody doing good. And like I said, Shaw Powers, what up? Yeah, man. We just want to get into a little Nick talk, man. You know how we do, get into it, man, and see what's going on, and with the Knicks, and we ready to get into it, man. The big thing out there for me is Mitchell Robinson's extension. Is they're having that talk, so we're gonna get into that, man, and we're gonna have, like I said, KW, and I'm gonna be on in later, that could. Send the link. It's in there. Here you go. Yeah, man. Salute Mike Lugo. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you at, man. Salute to the chat. We're gonna get it popping, man. And we're gonna talk a little off-season stuff, man, and which is important. So we're gonna get into that. But I hope everybody out there doing well in the universe, man. Y'all just they're holding it down, man. And me and Bit's gonna get it popping. And real quick, we got let's get into the real quick. The preseason coming up. They got the schedule out. We got 4 games. This regular season. This preseason 4 games on the mat, man. And then we're gonna go in there and get ready for the regular season, man. So we're gonna get in that as well. And then real quick, man, let me bring KW in the building. Salute KW. What's up, my brother?
What's up?
What's up, BX?
What's going on?
New York, man, New York, baby. I'm ready. I'm here.
I'm good. Thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining the panel, man.
Welcome to the program, man.
Listen, I just started my YouTube channel, and I came across you guys, and I've been a fan since I've been on like a month now, and I've been a fan just seeing y'all content. BX, I tune into your shows, the Yankees. I'm here, baby. I'm here. But just to give you, not to interrupt you guys' show, I just wanted to give you a little background on myself, how I became a Knicks fan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 80s baby, born in 83, so I'm 38. Been a Knicks fan since the 90s. We talking about Kenny Skywalker, those days. Derek Harper, 90s. So I got the 90s breed Knicks on me, so I'm ready, man. I'm just excited to join y'all live, and whatever you brothers need, I'm here for you. So thank you for letting me get on with you guys. I'm ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that was a pleasure. We got my man. You already know the streets of Buzzing is in the building as well. CT, what up, my brother?
What up, fam?
Salute,
And
salute.
props to you.
CT.
Good to see you.
Likewise, likewise. Congratulations, man, on launching the channel, man. Congratulations, brother. Well deserved.
Oh man, appreciate the love, and don't worry, I'm still still on the Knicks talk, fam.
Oh yes, indeed.
I'll be here whenever you need. So
yeah. Just let me know, man. Send me a link whenever you need me to get on, and you already know what it is, man. So hey, iron sharp as iron, my brother. We got to keep it going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. There's plenty to talk about.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, man. Tonight, man. Like I said, I want to definitely get into this Mitch Extension, guys. I think that's going to be pretty relevant right now. And and I'm going to get you guys' thoughts on it. I'm a big Mitchell Robinson guy, man. I believe in the Mitch, man. But what you think, BX, about the Mitchell Robinson Center? What's your feelings on that? I'm going to give you guys. I'm going to break down. Also, I got all the centers' salaries up here, man. So after y'all talk, I'll let y'all know what's going on. We compare Mitchell to these guys and what you think that. What realm or what area he should be in when it comes to how much money he's going to get compared to some of these centers out there. So let me know. I can throw that out there first, or you guys just want to get in throw your thoughts in there if you want to. Go ahead, BX.
All right, let me get a quick thought on that. I saw quickly on the New York Post, he could be offered $44 million for Mitchell Robinson. I think that's a fair assessment. But I think it's to see if they're willing to take it, or if he wants to hold off and get more. But if they go with 4 years, 44 million, I think both could really come. I think that's like a halfway point. And if they do that, that's a good deal. That's a pretty good deal. Also for the Knicks as well as Mitchell Robinson. It's like almost like a upper mid level exception. So we'll see if he wants to take that, and it's up to his agent to see and where Mitchell Robinson thinks he's heading, or if he thinks he could get more out in the market. So this is the type of thing that I knew was going to happen with the Mitchell Robinson contract before training camp. But that's just what the business of the NBA salaries.
Got you. Yeah. Real quick, salute Pud Nice. My bad, my brother. I ain't forget you, man. My bad. Salute Pud Nice. Hey, what do you think about that, KW, the Mitchell Robinson situation?
I mean, if we go back to Mitchell Robinson, of how he came in and got drafted, we knew he was going to be a project. Everybody knew he was going to be a drop project. Only been in the league for 3 years, only 23 years old. It's a win-win situation with him right now. I believe the Knicks will do the right thing by him, but this is a big test year for him. Like I heard your show before, you guys talked about it plenty of times. You said, if Mitch doesn't have he's not having a good year, the Knicks trade him and get more picks. We seen how crafty these guys are. Mm-hmm. But in the long term, I think he's gonna have a great year. And he was a big part of why we lost the Atlanta series. If we had him blocking the center up, we would have had good times. But it's put up or shut up now, Mitch. He only played 158 games. I got some of his stats up right now. He played 31 games last year and 61 games the year before.
Yeah, out of what? 66, 7.
I mean, we gonna see what happens. I think we can't really say anything what happens until the trade deadline. Let's see where he's at in the middle of the season. Give him 25, 30 games, we see where he's at. Mm-hmm. But if you give or take, I think they're gonna keep him.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. What do you think, CT? What's your thoughts on that, man? I think sometimes you gotta value a person, man. Like Mitch, 36 pick. He's been playing on $1 million for the last 3 years, man. But I think he got the tool to be a good ball player. CT, and that's why I'm really high on him, man. Give me your thoughts on that with the Mitchell Robinson situation.
Yeah, and we all know his potential and how intriguing he can be. To K Dub's point, it's about putting it together. Look, I think Berman's article was right. It's good for both parties to take a deal. We don't know about his injury. If I'm him, I'm thinking if I can secure some kind of bag, and if I'm the Knicks, if it pans out, you can get him on a cheap deal. Maybe throw in an option there, team or player option, and lock him up for 2 years and let him say, look, prove yourself, and then you'll get big payday. You know, but right now we just haven't seen enough to get. Yeah, I don't know who he's getting advice from, but you can't be expecting to get the bag right now when you've been on the sidelines all last season. You know, nobody gets paid off potential, really. You got to have produced something.
Yeah. I agree with you. And here, let me say right now, if you look at the top centers in the NBA, probably had to look up at the screen. Rudy will go be at 41 million. Joel Embiid 48. Karl Anthony Towns 31. Jokic 29. Al Horford 27. You know, Jared Allen 20. Nikola Vucevic 25. Capella 18. Miles Turner 20 million. Brook Lopez 13. Then you go Yusef Nurkic 12 million. Robert Williams just did 11.9, and then you got Rashad Holmes 11.6. Valanciunas then go to 15. So I mean, you know what? Steven Adams 17. The White Powell. I mean, I guess I got to look at it from a production, from a production standpoint. To me, I try to base it off of per 36 minutes with Mitch. What would Mitchell Robinson get a Knicks? At a 36 minute per game player, I think he gives you the double-double. I think he gets you the double-double. Then I think he gives you a certain amount of blocks. And I think his defense, his defense can't go underestimated because believe me, you had like KJ said, you had that boy in the playoffs last year against Atlanta. Trae Young wouldn't have been getting that off. And I truly believe that Nerlens Noel is not no Mitchell Robinson. And I will stand by that to this day. Mitchell Robinson can do things on a basketball court that a lot of cats can't do. And the people don't see that much. If you're not really tuned in like we are, and you're looking at the game on a second basis, this cat is disruptive. I remember Clyde Frazier say one day, if this cat stay on the court, he can dominate a game. And he can because of his potential and his skill set. I mean, I think a freakish 7'3", a 7 foot dude jump like he do, and just all over the place. And I truly believe if you give Rudy Gobert $200 million, now hear what I'm saying? You can't give Mitchell Robinson 11, 13, 15 million? I think that's insane, as good as he is. You know what I mean? Well, he can be, because I do think the cat, he's a disruptive dude. He makes defenses, he makes offense second guess what they do. You know what I mean? And real quick, man, let me bring on the queen in the building. Steph, when we in here, salute, sister. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you? BX,
Yeah,
how's
yeah.
everybody? Streets are buzzing.
Hey,
How's
going on?
everybody?
Salute.
Salute.
Yeah. We just was going over the Mitch thing, and I was, and I just was breaking down all of the salaries that was in the guys are getting in here. You know what I mean? And and I'm like, look at Daniel Tice, $9 million. Evan Mobley, the rookie just came in, $9 million. You know what I mean? Wiseman, $9 million. So DeAndre Jordan, I think Mitch would get better than them. I think you're gonna have to pay him the market value, and I think that's what people probably not realize. I think Mitch get that $11 million easy. I just think he get it easy. I think you got to pay him the market.
Easy.
Yeah, that's easy, right? I think you got to pay. Rashad Holmes got $11 million. So I do think the Knicks, if they sign him, Steph, I do think they're gonna give him at least that or a little more. Because I think if like I said, you look at him for 36 minutes when he on the court, the cat can change the game. And like I said, Nerlens Noel to me got $10 million, and I don't think Nerlens Noel could do half the things Mitch could do on the basketball court when it comes to playing defense, when it comes to just his effort. Where he can go and defend. He can defend from the 3-point line all the way to the goal. So I just think that he got better hands, and I think he's more freakish athletic to me than Nerlens Noel. Granted, Noel did a good job, but I do think that Mitchell Robinson, to me, can do what Noel could do easy. And that's why I think we got to kind of look at maybe, are we kidding ourselves? Are we just down on Mitch because of the injuries? And people might be down on him, but they're not looking at what he really could do in a basketball game. This cat can change a game, literally, if he's on the court. So that's why I think, maybe I think the Knicks keep that guy, man. And I think, to me, Steph, real quick before I let you chime in, I do think they sign Mitch. This is just my guessing. A year from now, they put Noel in the package, and they bring up Sims and let Mitch and Sims be they basketball player for the next 4 years. who can get it down there, and they grow what they grow the NBA with this team. That's my thought, God. I'm just thinking that's what they're gonna do.
Right. I definitely like Mitch better than I think Mitch is a better player than Noel. But I will say everybody like how much is Mitch and his agent asking for? I think that's going to
Mm-hmm.
have a lot to do with it as well because
Mm-hmm.
we we have to take into account his injury history, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like when we're doling out this contract, you're rolling the dice, right?
Right.
You're rolling the dice that he's going to continue to develop. You're rolling the dice that he's going to stay healthy, right? So it's a little bit of a risk. If you ask me to put money on it, I would think that Mitch will continue to develop, you know. But do you want to pay 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 million to a guy who may or may not be injured, who may or may not reach his peak? So I think we have to find something in the middle, like something that speaks to what his potential could be if he reaches it,
Right.
but you're not there yet. So we can't give you that yet,
Mm-hmm.
but we can give you something that we think is fair. And listen, I'm okay with them doing a short contract, a 2-year contract, so that
Yep.
he could, then he proves that he's healthy. He proves that, he develops, right? If the Knicks can get him, like, I think the longer the contract is, the better it is for the Knicks, potentially. So, like,
Yeah.
say you get him, like, for 5 years at 12, 13, 14 per, that's a steal. Like you have to take it. I think if it's a short deal, you kind of have to overpay, so to speak. I think if it's a short deal, you're gonna have to give them 15, 16, million if it's a short deal. I just wish he didn't get injured last year so we can really see more of his development. Um, but I'm okay up to 14 million. 15 is pushing it to me. Anything over that, just given his injury history, I think is it's a gamble.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
gamble.
Yeah. Greg. I was talking about this earlier in a couple of podcasts ago about Mitchell's injury history, and I do
But
agree
every
with Greg.
year, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, because
Yeah, yeah.
I was about to say the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what, and I think that's just hopefully that's not his body at a young age when he get 28. It's not the case. But the type of injuries he been getting, they do like stepping on somebody's foot or push your hand up against the rim. He don't have them ACLs and all his injuries is like, he either fractured something, he moved it wrong, he jumped too high, came down on somebody's foot. To me, a lot of his injuries to me just bad luck injuries. They're not like his body is not capable of sustaining a 20-year NBA career. I don't think it seems like that's the case. But I think his jumping up, coming down on somebody's foot, that happens. You break your ankle, nothing you can do about it. That's the NBA. It's not like, okay, we ain't going to give him because his ACL going to go out or his MCL, whatever. It just seems like his injuries are just freak injuries that it could happen to any ball player. And it just, he just had a bad luck of stepping in the wrong spot or putting your hand in the wrong place. But it seemed like his injury does not, to me, them threatening injury that's because like, okay, in 5 months from now or next year, can he come back and play in the NBA? Because I think they all
Yeah,
do. That's the
yeah,
only thing that for me,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
understand from a money standpoint how a
Right.
person would think that way. Like, if he gonna be this type of player that every year he falling on somebody's foot.
But
So
this is what I'm trying to say. That could be saying something about his body as well. That he how many people get injured like that, hit the rim, break their finger, and now they out for I don't know how long, fall on
okay,
somebody's foot, the ankle break. So that could be saying something about his body as well. Like, maybe his bone struck, maybe he's just, there's something going on with his bones, some sort of deficiency, some sort of something that he's getting injured off of things that most people don't get injured off of. And I think you're right. Anybody can break their foot, but it could be that maybe it does have something to do with his bone structure. 61 games, I think, one season, 66 the other, 32. I mean, you know, how many freak injuries? You know what I mean? How many freak injuries? After a while, you got to be like, maybe there's something going on here.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, what y'all get? I like I said, for me, I think his injury, because he's an athlete. He jumps a lot. He one thing about Mitchell Robinson, he's a freakish athlete. You know what I mean?
But he gonna continue to jump, Devon.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Oh no,
He gonna continue
I'm
to
not
jump.
denying hey, Mitchell Robinson could be injured from here on until the rest of life. I get that. I'm not taking that away from the equation, but I just know that that's his injury plan. And I'm just, when I look at a lot of guys in the NBA, you know, it's the gamble. You know, hey, they hate, you know, even though they paid Kristaps, I think it's $38 million a year, but it's a gamble. But you know what? The cat playing though. You know, and he had a worse injury than Mitchell Robinson was scoring. But you know, he's been out. I don't think he played more games than Mitchell Robinson in the last 3 years. To be honest with you, I don't think Porzingis played, but Porzingis.
Too.
Yeah,
that's another one.
It's just a gamble, though. You know, it's if you got to take that. You know, if you know, you got to take a gamble, because I just think it's like football. You know what? We got to pay. He might get popped and be out for the rest. That's a gamble. I think this business they in. It's, to me, it's not a bad gamble at like you said, 11, 13 million. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that.
I really believe what this cat could do on a basketball court is unique for a 7-footer like him, and it's unique. You know what I mean? Other than his offense game, which I don't think, maybe having a Kemba Walker and a better point guard that might change them dynamics. You know, so we'll see. But
right,
I hope it all pans out, man. I'm a Mitchell Robinson. I do
but
believe.
Can I say this though?
Yeah.
He got injured. So what we saw that first year, and shout out to the chat. And if anybody saw me on the show earlier, they were like, she's saying the same thing, but it's a different show now. I gotta share my takes on this show.
That's right. That's right.
That first year, the stuff he was doing, first or second year, blocking the 3-point shot, running down the court, getting the alley-oop, we got to keep in mind, he was expending all of that energy, but he was only playing 15 minutes a game because of foul trouble, right? Last year, he was playing much more disciplined. He was staying in the game for longer periods of time. He wasn't getting in foul trouble, and he was mostly just solid last year. Like, I didn't see all of that blocking a 3-point. I mean, he did it sometime, but that first season, it was like, oh my, like, but he had the energy to do that. You playing 25, 30 minutes and Embiid leaning on you, it's a different story. And so last year, to me, Mitch was just solid. He played solid post defense. He played solid pick and roll defense. His blocks went down to, I think, 1 or a little over 1 last season. He didn't average 10 rebounds a game. So I would have liked to have seen him more last season to see if he was going to continue to develop. So to me, last year, he just looked solid. He didn't look extraordinary. He looked solid. Now, I think as his stamina gets better, we're going to see more of that year one player. I think they really challenged him to be disciplined, stay on the floor, stop getting these crazy fouls, stop going for everything, right? So he's still in his development. Like, I feel like last year was like his first year, being so I think he's still going to develop. But the second thing that concerns me with Mitchell Robinson is his rebounding. He averages like maybe 7, 8 rebounds a game, but 2 and 3 of them are offensive rebounds. So his defensive rebounding has to get better. When you look at Gobert, you look at Capella, you look at those cats, you look at their box score, because I play fantasy basketball, you look at their box score, 20 rebounds, 17 rebounds. They may have only had 8 points, but they have 15 rebounds, 2 blocks. That's where I would like Mitch to get there too. But he's not there yet, right? Do I think he will get there? I do think he will. But he's not there yet. So I don't think it's at the point now where we got to be paying him 20, 19, 18, 17. Like, not yet. But 11, 12, 13, 13 and a half, 14 is even pushing it for me. When based on what he's doing so far, I'm okay with it. But you got to be careful when you're paying for potential. You got to be careful because they may or may not reach it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Somebody said Drew takes a
real
lot
quick,
of his boards.
KJ. Yeah, real quick, KJ, and I'm gonna let you chime in. One thing I can honestly say, you know what, Mitchell Robinson, you know why Mitchell Robinson did what we did last year, and why I think he's gonna be better this year. His number one answer: Kenny Payne. He didn't have a Kenny Payne this rookie year. He ain't gonna. Granted, Mitchell Robinson will not be running to the 3-point line, dropping shot. I know he ain't gonna do that. But it was great to see that, like I said, a 36 pick coming out, a second round pick, 36 pick. People slept, they passed on him, boy. I mean, they passed on him, but to see what, and then come to the Knicks in that David Fizdale first year, whatever, when you should have started Mitchell Robinson instead of Todd Gibson, because that front line was so short. Todd Gibson, Mook Morris, and Julius Randle, ain't none of them cats over 6'9", none of them. And that was to me, that's what they made a mistake right there. You should have started Mitch and brought Todd off the bench, because Mitch had the height, he had that, and so then when I was like, okay, you know what, this is a wash. They're not using him right. But then when I seen Kenny Payne in them last year, you just man right, I was so happy. I was like, man, you got a big man coach who done taught the best of them. Carl Anthony Towns, Julius Randle, you name it, Kenny Payne, and molded these cats. So I take that into effect too. Like now he got developmental people around him. You know what I mean? Now in his fourth year, he finally got some guys in there who can teach him how to play basketball. Because I don't care how much talent you got, if you don't know the game, then it don't mean nothing. If you're not using it right, so I do think that we're gonna see a different Mitchell Robinson in the contract year, and the Kenny Payne effect. And and I just think that's a big plus. And Todd Gibson effect. Kenny Payne and Todd Gibson gonna make Robinson a better ball player. I agree. Yeah, KJ, what do you think, man? You said 11 million. I mean that's cool. I'm cool with that myself. What do you think?
Let me tell you, to Steph's point, I totally agree with it. I think it's with Mitch right now. It's a make or break year. I think his youth saves him right now. He's 23.
Right.
The only thing with Mitch, he just don't have a jump shot. Now the game now, we want to stretch five. If I said before, we added a Miles Turner or a Karl Anthony Towns to stretch the floor, to shoot, I think this team will be very, very good. But Mitch brings a different dynamic. But to your point, Devon, as far as the money, at least 12, 13. The Knicks front office is very crafty. Think about what Julius just got. Julius could have got way more money than he got, right? So think about this, right? If Julius is taking a 4-year, $117 million deal, right? That's what he took. Mitchell Robinson is not going to get nothing, nowhere close to that. He's not making more than the star of the team. So I think these guys are very crafty, and a lot of teams, what these NBA teams do, they don't tell you all the other incentives that these guys may get.
Right.
So I'm thinking 11, 12, 13 the tops.
Yeah, and to me, that's what it should be. It should be that. I know you should be able to give Mitchell Robinson anywhere from 10 to 13 million. I'm good with that. That's what I'm saying.
Is anybody arguing that? Is people saying he should get lower than that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I haven't heard nobody say that. Not at all. I think I try to have that thing like this here. You know what? It all depends how you recover. And I think the man 275 now, they say, pulled on muscle, looking good. I seen one clip of Mitchell Robinson the other day. Cat knocked down 15 straight 3-pointers at the same spot in a row. So what I mean, I'm not jump shot, but what I'm saying, he's working on his craft. I seen a video of him working down in the post. They were saying Kenny Payne got him down there doing post moves. I just think that Mitchell Robinson last year, when he got injured, had a chance to sit down on that bench for 40-something games and just learn the NBA. Sitting on that bench, watching them Noel play, watching the Knicks play, getting smarter, seeing what he got to do better to come back in this next year to improve his game. Because I don't think nobody under Scott Perry is not going to improve. Scott Perry don't play that. At the gym, when he came to the organization, you cats get in the gym. Them cats be in the gym 3 or 4 days, 2 or 3 days a night, you know what I mean, a day. And I do believe that Mitchell Robinson, I think they doing the same thing to him. You know, like I said, I hope the injuries don't mess him up again. But that, you know, like I said, he just one of them cats that, you know, he got a bad luck streak. You know what I mean? Damn, we got cats not injured, can't even get on the damn floor like Kevin Knox and all these guys. And so, you know, I just hope that he really just stay healthy, man. And you're gonna see a dominant force in New York. Because like I said, when I watch A, like Clyde said if Mitchell Robinson don't foul out, he can dominate a game. This is one of the greatest point guards in the business saying that. And he watch him every night. The kid can do some things. So I just hope that I hope he stay healthy and the Knicks get to lock Mitchell Robinson up for a couple of years or 4 years. I think he earned it. You know, I think he earned it. I believe in his talent, and I believe who he got around him with Scott Perry and Tom Thibodeau gonna make Mitch a better ball player. That's for sure. You can book that.
I mean, I think his contract is coming up at the wrong time, even for him. I think if he didn't get injured, and if it was coming up next year, and he was healthy last year, healthy this year, he could probably get a bag.
Right.
But now you gotta base it on what you think he's gonna be. I've seen this. Is he gonna continue to grow? So we'll see. But if they don't, and this is what I didn't know, if they don't extend him before the season, that's it. They can't extend him in the season.
Right.
He'll become a free agent.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Lock him
Now
up.
Now, with the money being said, like I wanted to get that point in, but I let you speak. I saw Greg Perkinson was saying about Mitchell Robinson is better than Robin Williams from Boston. I wanted to bring that up there, and he is. I think he should. Me personally, he should get anywhere from $13 to $14 million a year. Right now, the offer is 4 years, $44 million. Will they give him a fifth year? Give him a longer year and lower money? Maybe for 5 years, around 12 per, $60 million for 5 years. That's still a good move because you can still move that
That's
contract
excellent.
later down the road. And I think Mitchell Robinson will take that from making $1.8 million to getting a 5 year, $60 million guarantee. And I think that could get done. That could be done before the season, before training camp or during training camp, because I think that's the normal gymnastics that happens with the NBA with the extension period and moratorium. Let's not overreact that we start hearing things that they're far apart, or you know how the media wants to leak things just to get a story and just to get a rouse off the Knicks fans. And we'll just trust our front office. I think they'll get this done. I think that 6 year, 5 million, 6 year, 60, 5 year, 60 million. I think that's the number. I'm thinking that, and I think they're going to go with that.
Listen, if I'm Mitchell Robinson, I'm not signing that. If I'm Mitchell Robinson, I'm signing a 2-year contract, 2-year prove it contract, 3-year contract. You're gonna lock yourself in for 5 years at $12 million. You're gonna be, and if he does develop, he's gonna be underpaid real soon.
Yeah.
Something like that with two of the team or player option, one of them joints. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, you know what? I think either way, go with great thoughts on everybody too, man. Great conversation. I do think the Knicks keep Mitchell Robinson, and I do think they're gonna like I said, I am really truly thrilled about this season, man. Because like I said, if Clint Capella do same thing Mitchell Robinson do, he played right where he's supposed to be at. Clint Capella can't shoot a jump shot for a man making $18 million. And Mitchell
He's a better
Robinson,
rebounder though.
I'm not taking away from that, but I'm not saying that. I'm not comparing Mitch with him. I'm just comparing money. I know Mitch can get there. That's what I'm trying to say. I know Mitch can get to where he at. I'm just really comparing their game, not that money. Just comparing their game.
Right.
And that's why I said, and I was like, everybody don't have to be a jump shooter. If you don't have a jump shot and you're a center, you make the best of it. It's a lot of NBA centers that don't shoot a 3-ball.
No doubt about it.
I think that's might not be the case, guy, because you know what? Rudy Gobert don't shoot a jump shot. He got $200 million. He don't shoot a jump shot to save his life. He don't even leave the area he in. It's about what you could do with the craft you got. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar dominated with a hook shot because that was his best move. He mastered his craft. And I think these guys nowadays is the same way. I think Rudy Gobert got that money because he mastered what he do best, and that's what I'm asking Mitchell Robinson to do. Whatever you do,
Yeah.
do it.
But
Do it to
can I say this?
You know what I mean,
Go ahead. I because other teams make mistakes, it don't mean we have to make it. Like I think paying Rudy Gobert $200 million what the Celtics are playing Williams after he just played, like he's only started like a handful of games and they handed him that money. So, you know, I've been reading other articles that said people didn't think that was a good move for the Celtics. Like they rushed to do that. So I don't think the Knicks have to go by what Utah did or what Boston did. I think they have to go by their particular situation.
I think I hope when I say things like this, that I'm thinking I'm not really saying that the Knicks should do that. What I'm just trying to point out what guys are getting. What guys are getting. They paying. You know what? In the NBA, to me, it's $1 million a point. You get a point, you get $1 million. You get 10 points, you get $10 million. You're a 24 score more, you're gonna get $24 million. These cats, to me, I think I'm looking at a lot of salaries on this board. I'm like, what's my man named Norman Powell? He ain't no Mitchell Robinson. What he getting? You know what I mean?
Norman Powell's a guard, though.
No, not Norman Powell. I meant to say Powell, Dwight Powell. I'm sorry, my bad. Dwight Powell from the Dallas Mavericks. He's getting $11 million. He a bench player. He can't do what Mitchell Robinson can do. So I think that if Mitch stays healthy, he better than a lot of these cats on this board that I'm seeing. A lot of them. He better than a lot of them. I think these cats is like, okay. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's hope Mitch. I hope the Knicks.
He might be Devon, but listen, the Knicks got leverage on him.
Right.
The Knicks can use the leverage that he's been injured. The Knicks can use the leverage that, look, we got Noel locked up for 3 years, $30 million. You go crazy if you want to with what you're asking for. And we made it to the 4th seed with him starting. So they got some leverage. I'm not saying that they're going to go in saying that to him, but they got leverage. Like if they ask for a lot and they try to push the Knicks to the fire or something the Knicks are not comfortable with, the Knicks could be like, we went to the 4th seed with Noel. We got him locked up for 3 years. We would like to sign you, but if we can't, you know, our season is not going to fall apart. Are we better with Mitch? I think we are better with Mitch, but I don't think we're going to fall apart if we can't get it done.
Yeah, I don't think we will, but Noel go down, it's a wrap. You know what I mean?
Because now you got Taj.
Yeah, I look at the totality of all this.
We got Sims too, though.
Go ahead.
You think Sims is ready though? I don't
know.
No,
I mean, I'm just saying, like the way I look at it, like I said, I know you made a good point about we have to extend them before the season starts, and we can't. But I think like a 2 or 3 year deal on the cheap level, that'd be fine. But the thing is we have to see what Mitch does this season, like half the season before the trade deadline. First 25, 30 games, let's see where he's at. Like you said, Steph, you made a great point before. You said Mitch was having a breakout year before he got injured. If everybody can remember, he was having a breakout year. Then he got that injury, and that happened. So the jury's still out on him, man. I just think a lot of people want to come to the Knicks now. So we'll see what happens with Mitch.
You know what's different for me, guys? See, I know we can kind of speculate what we think the Knicks would do. The Knicks know what they want to do. They see this boy every day.
Exactly.
Every day. They see him every day. They see things that we could only think about seeing.
Right.
You know
That's true.
Them cats know the Knicks want to send Mitchell Robinson because they know how important he is to that team. Yeah, it's all right. You know, like I said, we went to the 4th seed last year. Mitch played 31 of them games. You know what I mean? But think about this here. Mitchell Robinson, to me, makes the Knicks even more dynamic now because now you got him and Noel. You know what I mean? Him and Noel. And I just think that, man, this cat, I get it. I get everybody's hesitancy, but I think I think from the outside we feel that way, but inside I bet you them cats is like, listen, we want this cat to be here. He a Tom Thibodeau type of player. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna lock him up. I think they're gonna give him his money, and it's rightfully so. You know, he I think if you take away the injury history, that boy's gonna be nice. I think we don't see what they see, and I think like them cats and Terry, he and that like they went down Las Vegas just recently. Kenny Payne with the New Orleans, they were down in Vegas. you know, and they had them working out of Vegas. They had them going down there to they cats know what they got, but they didn't believe in Mitchell Robinson. You best believe they wouldn't have been doing all that. Why I'm going to New Orleans for the why I'm sending Kenny Payne there to do that? Why am I sending you to Vegas to work out with these cats down here? If they didn't believe in Mitchell
They
Robinson,
believe in him. It depends on how much. That's my only thing. You know, 11. If you could get Mitchell Robinson for 11 million, that's a steal. If you could get Mitchell Robinson for 12 million, that's a steal. When you start talking about 14, 15, 16, no, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, you know what? It is. It really is, and that's how we're going to look at it. Because, like I said, I'm looking right now. The rookies coming in the NBA. Evan Mobley, $9 million.
But that's not negotiated though. That's
I
just
know that.
contract.
I know. I'm just based off. Do I think Mitchell Robinson is Evan Mobley? I do, and some.
Mobley? Nah,
Yeah.
he don't have the offensive skills Eric Mobley have right now.
Right. But what I'm saying is, it's not about. It's how can he impact the game. Mitchell Robinson can impact the game. I don't care about his offensive skill. I wouldn't care if Mitchell Robinson dunked the ball 10 times a game. That's 20 points. If you can't stop it, that's like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's hook shot. If Kareem could shoot 50 hooks, if you can't stop it, that's production. I mean, I wanted to get better, but we wanted to get better. We wanted to shoot jump shots, but that's not where he at right now. Just like Clint Capella, that's like all these other guys. That's not he got to play to his strengths.
Work on. No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
you know what he worked on?
Huh?
I hope he worked on a back down game. I hope he worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw the ball in. I hope he had that in his arsenal. Look at the old Shaq tapes. Back him down. Jump up. I mean, let's hope. You know, like Porzingis, right? Porzingis shot, right? Well, Porzingis ain't had no weight. Now we see Mitch. He gained a lot of weight now, right? So that tells us, all right, you know what? You got all shooters around Mitch now. We know Mitch can pass it out. Either he dunking it or he gonna pass it out.
Yeah,
that's all we really need him to do.
Yep.
You know, but for me personally, I like the stretch five. If we add a stretch five on his team, who can stop us? It's a wrap, right? So think about it. I thought about this Atlanta series, right? If we had Mitch in the Atlanta series, do we beat them? It's still a 50-50 eye because now Mitch is coming
Philly
up.
Didn't even beat them.
Say that again?
Philly didn't even beat them with Embiid.
That's what I'm saying. So we have Mitch there blocking up that middle. Although I wish they get like the 90s Knicks and just say, you know what, Trae Young, hit him with an elbow a couple times, you know, get an Oakley in there, Mason in there. We need that. So, but think about this lineup. Say that lineup comes and we add Noel and Mitch one time for situational situations, right? Mitch is 7 foot and Noel is 6'10", right? Situational, not all the time, but that's a big lineup with Mitch and Noel. Not starting, but situational times we may need two big guys. Like we play Lakers, right? Lakers got Anthony Davis. They got a big lineup. We might need to do that a couple times. So I'm 50-50 with Mitch, but I really want to see what he does during the season.
With that point, I don't know if you recall and remember when with that they played. It's totally different skill set. They played Mitchell Robinson and Noel, and they didn't look so good on the floor together during this past season. I remember that as a mental note, and they might do that with Mitchell Robinson and Noel. It might not work, but you never know with that. And then I wanted to say about Mitchell Robinson, if we give him the $14 million, I know you guys are not set, but you got to give that kid that money because that's the mid-level inception in the NBA around that. And you telling me he's not gonna? No other team will give him that mid-level inception. Of course they will give him that.
I thought the mid-level was 9.
Is it 9?
I think it's 9.
It's 9. So just above. Can someone double check that? But even if you go above that to 13 to 14, I know it might be a little bit rich for some of us here right now, but I personally think it's a fair deal. $13-14 million.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm okay with that.
you keep them a little happy. You got to keep the player happy because you want them motivated to come in and continue to put numbers up and not be disgruntled that he, or upset because now we see what's going on with Nolan Noel. He's suing his former agent in the news that he lost out money back in his day with Dallas. He had a potential to make $71 million, and now he's on flying a class action lawsuit on that. So we don't want the player disgruntled or upset. And I know you don't want to give him the whole bag, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to meet in the middle, somewhere from 11 to 14 million. So let's say 12 and a half million dollars there.
Yeah,
Let's
yep. I think so.
What if the Knicks would have let him go? What do you think the Knicks will get for Mitch?
There's no, and you know what? That's a very good point too. If you can't sign him before the season start, do you let him get the front to free agency, or do you trade him and try to get something for him?
I think the Knicks will get some ass. They too crafty not to get at. They basically know what they, like Devon said. These guys see him. They know exactly what they want to do right now. So they got a plan A. We've seen this through the draft. They have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. They got an A through Z plan. So I think we can get a lot of asses from. I believe we can get a couple things from Mitch right now.
Man, the Knicks signed Robinson. I'm letting y'all know that right now. The Knicks will be a fool.
That would be good if they do.
I think they will. I think Mitchell Robinson game is a step above Nerlens Noel game. And Nerlens Noel's a good defender. Like I said, we can't get caught up in what he did. I guarantee you know why Nerlens Noel did not start over Mitchell Robinson, because he's not better than Mitchell Robinson to me. He can't do things Mitchell Robinson can do. I really believe that. And he got $10 million. Come on.
But I think the Knicks overpaid him.
I think it's fair.
$7.5, $8 million.
Yeah, I think
which backup center in the league is making $10 million as a backup? You're going to put $25 million into your center position? If you give Mitch 15 and you're giving him 10, that's 25.
The reason why I think that's the case to me, Stephanie, because Mitchell, they did that so they can make that contract movable. Nerlens Noel and Alex Burks contract, they had to get them. You can't. It's hard to get a good player in a trade when somebody only make $5 million. You can't match their salaries. I think Nerlens Noel and Alex Burks, they got that $10 million because that's $20 million between two people. So if you decide you're gonna sign Mitch to 15, Noel is out of here. Nerlens Noel is not staying through that contract. I bet you that. I think they take Nerlens Noel and Alex Burks. That's $20 million. Any damage you had to throw in Fournier down the line and making $40 million to get Damian Lillard or somebody. The Knicks had to play chess with these dudes. I think they gave Noel that $10 million because 4 teams. First of all, 4 teams wanted him. You know what I mean? 4 teams wanted Noel. The Mavericks wanted him. So Bullock got $10 million. I think the league average is where they at right now. I don't think really everybody getting this money is where the league is at. You know, I think that's where they at. You know, and now the salary cap going to be going up. So these deals going to look crazy, but they're not really crazy to me. I think that's just where the league is at. I think dollar-wise anyway, but I do think that Nerlens Noel, that contract is out of here. I'm looking at
if they can find somebody, you know, somebody may not want to pay $10 million for a backup center unless they bringing him in to start.
I think it all depends on what he could do for the team. Is Nerlens Noel, is he going to be a difference maker in the playoffs? Could Nerlens Noel or Alex Burks get me to another level? I think a team would take that risk if they're going to think this guy can get me to another level and help me in the playoffs. And he might be willing. They might say, yeah, I'm willing to take $10 million. He only got an option on it. Man, I think the contract is so movable. They so cheap. It's like, okay, Nerlens Noel paid it. They traded. He really got a 2-year deal with a team option. So it's really not a bad contract to me, him or Alex Burks in this NBA day anyway. I do think they're gonna move a contract, so I don't even think he's gonna be here that long. I don't think they did that.
I think it's insurance in case there is a glitch, if there is a problem. They're not left out in the cold.
Yeah. It's a good problem to have, though. It really is. But I think the good thing about it, if they do sign Mitch, no matter what they sign him for, him and Noel gonna be a problem at that center spot in the NBA. I just think they're gonna be a problem. I mean, no matter who started, who come on the bench, whatever. But so far with that projection, for me, I got Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, Fournier, RJ, and Kemba Walker. I mean, that's a pretty awesome team to have somebody with Mitch skill set there. When them cats drop it all on trade balls and they open up that lane. Now, you know, Mitchell Robinson, if your center is weak, Mitchell Robinson gonna dominate him. I just think it's a good situation to be in. Hopefully we do the same that they did like Clint Capella. You use that point guard like Kemba Walker, get in that lane, and if don't catch sag on Kemba Walker, you know what Mitchell Robinson could do. Throw me 10 of them a game. I'm happy. Throw it up there. Give me 20 points. I take 10 for 10 on 10 dunks, then 3 for 7 from 3-point line. I know that much. So, you know, I'm hoping that's the case, man. But it's a good conversation, man. Good thing to have. I'm excited, man. I hope they do the right thing and you know, extend him, man, and move on and get ready for the season. I think he's the only piece that we got to really think about right now.
I got a question for you guys. So before Mitch Robinson came to the Knicks, right? Our center was Enes Kanter. Is Mitchell Robinson better than Enes Kanter? Is he better than
He's not a better rebounder than him, but I think overall.
I'm just saying, like, if we think about it, Enes Kanter still in the league, would you take Enes Kanter over Mitch right now?
Would I do what?
I wouldn't.
Would you take Enes Kanter over Mitch right now? No, right? Right? No, right? Everybody say no, right? Okay. We had Joe Neal. We had Kyle O'Quinn. I'm just giving us history on
right
before we got here. Right? So we all agree we want Mitch on this team, right? I just think that we all excited, we all avid Knicks fans, and this team, the expectations is like through the roof right now. So I'm just giving y'all some points to the centers we had before to now. So let's just all agree we want Mitch. We think Mitch gonna get an extension. But like I said,
the price gotta be right.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? I always try to cross all the T's and dot and I's. I'm never question nobody's knowledge. I'm just trying to make sure as a panel host or the hostess, I try to cover every angle about everything because you know you gotta look at there's so many angles to the stuff. You know what I mean? It's like things that, you know, and it's like, man, you know, I know we think one way, but that front office, man, they like, man, I'm looking at this young man, they just be like, yo, this cat is gold. You know, when I think Tom Thibodeau look at it, he look at it different than us. He's like, I can use that cat right there.
They know it.
They say, what can he do for this team? Is he worth giving this money to make the Knicks a better team? And that's what they look at. They just look at, yo, okay, this young man could do. I could have if I got a weak point guard, I got somebody who can cover the slack from at a high level. That's their thinking, you know what I mean? Or if you know, what can this dude do to change the game? And I just think that he in that level. Like I'm old school like Clyde, man. I just think if we stay healthy, man. And when I see that last year, that 10-16 game against Cleveland, I said, here go Kenny Payne right here. When I see him not filing out last year in all those games, when I see him dominating Cleveland like that, I'm like, okay, the Kenny Payne effect is taking place. You know what I mean? 10-16, I'm like, whoa. I mean, you know, and that was against Drummond and them or some one of them known centers. So I see this maturation. I see Mitchell Robinson. I see what he could be. I see his potential last year. I'm like, you know what? Ain't too many centers in the NBA can do what he can do. I'm talking about from a jumping standpoint, from a just freakish athleticism, just freak. Rashad Holmes and a couple of guys on Wiseman getting there. But I mean, you know, and I just think he's young, 23 years old. Man, if he stay healthy 4 years from now, that boy's gonna be a monster. Because he's gonna be the master of the NBA. He's gonna be scary.
If we all think about it, Noel and Mitch kind of have a similar. Noel might have a better jump shot, but they have a similar game. They have a decent 1-2 punch. I mean, think about other 1-2 punches in the league. Beginning center and backup center. Can we say we could be in the top 10 with Mitch and Noel backup? If you look at you can't go down the board with every team, but if you look at every team, who's the backup center for Brooklyn right now?
Who's the starting center for?
That's my point. I can't even think about it right now. So I think we're in a good position, man.
Yeah. I think we are too.
Yeah.
I think we are too.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Steph. Go ahead. No, I wasn't saying nothing.
I think we're gonna see how much the Knicks value him depending on that contract.
Right.
If the Knicks don't sign him, that's letting you know the Knicks had a line in the sand that they were not going beyond, and Mitch and his agent had a line in the sand that they weren't going beyond, and they just couldn't, they just couldn't make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's negotiation, man. I guess it's part of the business, man. But hopefully it work out. Because like I said, I think you know, the Knicks took care of their team, man. I love what they did this offseason. The team that got them to 41 wins, they rewarded them guys. You guys help us have a season that nobody expected us to have. Alex Burks and Noel and them, they helped them get there, and I think they rewarded them, and I'm happy about that. Finally, from watching Knicks all the year, they rewarded their player for their hard work. You know what I mean? And they did. Them cats were part of a 4 seed team, 41-31, went to the playoffs, and for that purgatory for 8 years. And he brought them cats in there, and they helped out. So I think, and I'm happy the Knicks took them. We need that. We need that continuity. I think continuity is everything, because everybody can't play in the Garden. Everybody can't play in the Mecca. Them cats played in there last year, 41 wins almost. So I think you reward your team for their hard work. You know, you work hard at your job, you get a raise. Basically, you know, if you got a good organization willing to give you some money because you work hard on that forklift or whatever, I'm gonna give you a raise. And that's what they did to them boys. They gave them a raise. They worked hard for them. They put them in a good spot. So we got to see, man. I hopefully, you know, I'm excited about the season though. It's a lot of competition out there, guys. Everybody got better, but we got better too.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I want Mitch to get back up in here, man, because Mitch and Noel at that center spot. Lord, them cats stay healthy. That's going to be a problem for any team.
Tell me about it.
It's going to be a problem for any team, man. But other than that, man, I heard, what about, hey, Steph, this JJ Redick thing? What do you? Me and Biz were talking about that earlier. Would you take JJ Redick here if that was the case?
Where would he play though? I mean, I mean, if he is, I mean, he's definitely a good shooter, even though he didn't have a good season last year. And he's a veteran. But where would he, you know, where would he play? You know, now if he's on that situational, like that third team, that situational team, then I'm okay with it. If somebody on that second team gets hurt, and then you bring it in JJ Redick, then yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
not coming in the rotation. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't cracking that.
I'm a hard no. I'm a hard no.
Okay.
And the reason why, age 37, we know he battle tested, right? Tibbs won defense. And to your point, Steph, where is he going to play at? Only played 13 games last year and 31 games. I mean, 31 last year and 13 last year and 31 games before. He can shoot. He like Steve Novak. Steve Novak all over again. All we need is for shooting, right? So my thing is, is he better than Alec Burke right now on that second team? Alec Burke pretty much do the same thing.
Shooter. I think he's a better shooter than Alec Burke, but not an all-around player.
All around, though. All we need is for shooting. I mean, we got him. We got Grimes now. Let's see. And we know he's a rookie, but I think we have the void filled at that position. At 6'4", another guard. Who can JJ Redick stick right now? They go back to Atlanta series. Any of them guards, can he stick somebody when we really need him to? I mean, he's battle tested, but at 37, I don't know what we could give him. So I'm a hard no on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback with you on that. We didn't even first time we speak, and we pretty much got almost the same point. I said that to Divine backstage. He's another Steve Novak, pretty much right on tees. Like if you had a microphone in my house and listened to my exact conversation with that there. So it's funny there. So I was smirking from ear to ear. But I'd rather go with the youth. If you want to, he asked me, actually the question between me and Divine was Bacon or JJ Redick for that final. And I'd rather go with Bacon, but I know
like
JJ and Divine's point was Redick is battle tested, like we were talking before. And I'm saying, yeah, but we have, like you said, Grimes, and we have those voids filled around our team. Now, if we had a bona fide all NBA superstar and we needed that just the shooting, that don't need to create from a shot, then maybe there. But he doesn't fit with the Knicks pieces around them. Everyone there has their job and their role, and they come together as a team. And he might, and at 37, like you said, it's going to cause a little bit of an arbitrage because they can cover his defensively and all their shortcomings. Like you said, Alex Burks does almost the same, except for Redick is a way better shooter, but we need him to create his own shot. And Redick unfortunately can't do that now. Redick played defense in the Orlando Magic days, but he's getting older, and he's savvy. But I still don't. I rather have Damon Bacon because he's younger. He's played under Clifford's system, and Clifford recommended him to hey, he's gonna be released to Thibodeau and the Knicks organization. Although Bacon might not even make the team either. He's going to be an invite to training camp, and maybe he'll make some impression and try to get on that last roster spot. So that's another way to look at that. So yeah, I will also pass on JJ Redick to sum it up.
Let me add this though, because I might have to agree with Devon on this point about being battle tested. When the playoffs came last year,
Exactly.
rookies, all of that.
Oh my God.
No.
No.
When the playoffs come, you saw it's a different. It's just a different atmosphere, and you need guys that. Now we got a little more. The only one we had last year, in my opinion, was Rose. That seemed like he was still performing no matter what. The other ones was up and down. Randall was up and down, more down than up. Now you got Rose, who's not. You got to add Kimber to that, who I think is going to do well in the playoffs. I think Fournier will do well in the playoffs. He played in the playoffs before. That's 3. Everybody else is a question mark. They might not. So
exactly.
So
that's the reason why I think
in that sense, if not JJ Redick, we might need some more situational, a more vet. We might need that last spot for a vet. It don't have to be Redick.
Yep.
But right.
That was my point. That was my point. Real quick, let me time it real quick. Experience win in the playoffs, man. You know what I'm saying? Experience win in the playoffs. That's a gimme. And you know what? Grimes going to playoff might choke. Yeah. Grimes, McBride might go in the playoffs, choke. Can't take the pressure. JJ Redick, when all you need him to do is knock down 3. He ain't got to play no timetable defense. If we down 107, 105 with 5 seconds left, JJ Redick can hit that ball and put you over the game. You know what I mean? If we down, we need a tying 3-point shot to get us to overtime. Some young guys can shoot it, but do they got the confidence to make that shot? And I think having a guy
take it
right to even take it, right? So to me, experience win championships, man. Look at Milwaukee Bucks, Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, Giannis. These cats have been around a long time. They know the game. You don't get in there and choke like that. And I think JJ Redick with his sharp shooting for what time? Hey, we need scoring, bro. We need scoring. He might not even crack the rotation, but if he's on a roster, he can sit there and educate Grimes and McBride on how to be an NBA ball player, teaching the nuances of what to do in the NBA. As a shooting guard, I think he could teach Grimes so much about shooting the ball because he's a shooter. Right. But he's experienced, and I do think that, to me, Steph, that might play a major part. That's the only reason I was down with it, was this here. We are fighting for something bigger now. We no longer just going to try to. We are now trying to get to another level in the NBA, and that's where we at now. We done sniffed the playoffs. Now we want to get out the first round. Now we talking about maybe like Elton Lee say 2023 is our championship window. Now these guys got to start tasting what it takes to get to to get to that mountaintop. So I do think, to me, JJ Redick, he makes sense. He might not even play that much. He might not even play to the playoffs. Who knows? But if he on that team, he make the Knicks a better team. I know that much. I hope he make the Knicks a better team because what he can do.
Other teams do that as well. Look at Miami with Iguodala. They didn't think Iguodala was going to play a lot of minutes, but he was a veteran. They needed that veteran, and in the playoffs, they knew that he wasn't going to shrink from the moment. When Milwaukee picked up PJ Tucker, they picked up PJ Tucker on a buyout, and he started for them. So we have to do. That's a very good point. How many playoff tested players do we have? I don't think we're very deep, but I don't think we have a lot of playoff tested. And I'm not talking about players that went to the playoffs, but I'm talking about players who had a role in the playoffs and played well. I don't think we have a lot of those, and we may want to use that last spot if it's not Redick on some vet.
Yeah, that was my only point with the whole thing. I mean, I agree with the youth thing. But man, we got 6 picks in the next 4 years. You know what I mean? 5 years. We got preferred second rounders. We got enough young talent on that team. We got almost 6, 7 guys that's young already. We drafted 4, 3 coming. You still got Quickly, Obi, and RJ, and Mitch,
and Mitch.
Young Knox.
Knox, yeah. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we get to the playoffs, we got enough youth to keep us competitive for as stamina. You know what I mean, Steph? We got enough firepower, young wise, to keep the energy going. But we do need the veteran, though. We need the minds, though, to get in there and help fight, get some of these. Because think about Miami. You know what? Nice as Grimes in them is. What do you think Grimes gonna do against a Jimmy Butler? You know what I mean? Because they know the game so good. They these cats that went up against LeBron. You know, I guess what I'm trying to say is a lot of the young guys. That's why they are. That's why they are future. You know what I mean? But when they get to that playoffs, though, if we go into that second seed, if we going to go to another level, you're not going in with a bunch of rookies. I'm letting you know that now, because that never happens. You know, so that's why I think that's why I like it.
Also, to play devil advocate, look what happened to IQ and Toppin in the playoffs this year. They were rookies. To me, they both elevated their games up.
They elevated their game, but not the team. You know what I mean? You know,
are they rookies, right? But to your point, JJ Redick, it makes sense. Like I like the fact that he's battle tested. I'm just saying, Coach Tom Thibodeau, he gonna ride him. As we see what happened in the playoffs, Rose got tired, we got burned out. So even if this guy comes in, right, and he's there for just like just to help out the rookies and just for that team veteran, but we want him to play. Where's there room for him to play at? And we got the starter. We started Kemba, Fournier.
I'm gonna tell you where. In the playoffs, when IQ is not shooting well, he come out. In the playoffs, when somebody is not playing well, or the bright lights seem to be too bright, sometimes you gotta. That's when you bring him in. I don't think he's gonna get a lot of time in the regular season.
Right.
He's situational. He's just situational. An injury, somebody's not shooting well in the second half. Bring him in. Listen, Kimber's not great defensively, but I'm not worrying about it because of the rest of the team and because we got Mitch and Noel back there. So the same thing with with Redick. He's not great defensively, but the rest of the team is pretty good. So I think for them little bit of minutes he's going to be out there, I think we're going to be okay. I don't think our defense is going to collapse.
Yep, I agree. And you got to remember too, JJ Redick is a 37-year-old veteran. He know he not coming there to take nobody. He's not coming in. Right. I don't think Tom Thibodeau was listen, JJ Redick.
No, I agree with y'all, but we know we it's excitement, man. We want to see these young guys get in there.
I want to see people in there.
I don't think that's gonna be a problem. The young guys played last year. They started. Obi Toppin and Quickly played a lot. RJ started last year.
Mitch started before he got injured.
Right, Mitch started before he got injured. So they playing the young guys.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, let's be real. Would you want to go to battle in the playoffs? It's a battle. It's a war against somebody who could be in a foxhole with you that would really, really hold it down, or somebody you're not sure of. And I think we got to look at it. I'm just talking about. If we look at where the Knicks team is going right now, we all watch 82 games a year, all of us. And why they brought in Tom Thibodeau, why they made the move they made, they could have let all the cats go and brought in a bunch of young guys to play. The Knicks got to the playoffs. They brought Tom Thibodeau there to help win a championship. That's what they brought in there for. I think we just got to accept the fact that Leon Rose brought Tom Thibodeau here to get the Knicks to that level. That's what they bring here for. They ain't bring him here to develop. No, he do that anyway, because that's why he got Johnny Bryant's and the Kenny Paynes.
Right.
But they brought that man here to get them to that next level.
Right. And that's why shout out to Alton Lee. He's saying the championship windows from 2024 to 2030. I think that's too late. 2024, 3 years from now, Randall is now 29, 30, 30 years old. I think that championship, I think the Knicks are on an acceleration plan. Yep. I think last year accelerated us. And in my opinion, if these two players pop, everybody else could stay the same. Julius could stay the same. Randall could stay the same. Everybody could stay the same. But if these two players pop, the Knicks are on another level. That's Mitchell Robinson. If Mitchell Robinson pop and he becomes a defensive demon and he's averaging 12 rebounds a game, 10 points a game, 2 blocks a game, playing that good pick and roll defense, it's a wrap. And the next player is Kemba. If Kemba is playing back to backs, right? That's what Tibbs said. I don't know if he was just speaking, just off the top of his head, or maybe he had inside medical knowledge. But if Kemba is playing back to backs and there's no minute restriction, and we're playing him 28 minutes a game, we're giving Derrick Rose the other 20, and Kemba, he don't got to be the Kemba of Charlotte. But as long as he's not the Kemba of Boston when he was hurt and not playing, games. But if he's close to where he was and he could play back-to-backs, I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks got the 3rd seed, just depending on because of how deep our bench is. But a lot of things got to break right for us. Health, chemistry, Kemba, a few guys have to pop and play really well. And if that happens...
So JJ will get a mid-level exception if we give it to him, like $9 million.
Nah, I wouldn't give him that.
I wouldn't give him that to sit on no bench. I wouldn't give him that to be a situation. I wouldn't do that.
What are we giving him?
That's a good question. I'm not sure about that, but I wouldn't give him no 9 just to sit on and be a situation.
Is he better than Bacon? Is he better than Bacon? I mean, so it's a lot of options. It's good options to have. So
he may not be better than him in terms of skill level at this point, but we need some more Grizzly veterans. I wish Carmelo or Mook Morris was on this team. I really wish wish that. Just some veterans that know how to play in this league, and that's what you're gonna get every night.
Yeah. Like I said, J.J. Redick is not all that, but just remember, when we sitting here in the playoffs and y'all see this thing start going, hopefully it don't. Hopefully it don't. Hope quickly gain confidence. He now that he's been there already, he know what it feels like. Let's hope that's the case. Hope Obi, now that they have been to the playoffs, they know what it is to be in that situation.
Right.
But like I said, with the Knicks trying to go, God, let me tell you, nobody winning it without veterans. Nobody. You can go back the last 20 years, 30 years. You don't win NBA championship without veteran ball players. You don't. And I just think that Todd Gibson and Derrick Rose had the best playoff to me last year.
They did. Why? Because they were veterans.
They were veterans. They know the game, bro. They know the game. They know when this dude gonna move. They know when he ain't gonna move. They know they know the game. And these young guys don't know the game like that. So they don't know when they run up on somebody, or you don't know that he gonna do a 2-step or go left, or he gonna pick and roll with this guy. They don't know that because they ain't played these dudes yet. So I think that, it's important, man. Experience is the best teacher. You can learn a lot from anybody, but the best teaching is experience. And I think that we gotta keep that in mind. So that's the only reason I would take JJ Redick. Like I agree with Steph, and I agree with y'all point too. I understand why you won't take him. I do get it. Like I said earlier, I'm just trying to cover all the angles. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nobody's right or wrong. I just think that we are going to be a playoff caliber basketball team. We need playoff caliber players. That's it. We need playoff caliber players. That's pretty much what it boiled down to me. But they had $9 million on KJ. I wouldn't give them no $9 million now. I don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
I got to see what we're giving them. Let's just see.
Can you give them less than that? I'm not sure. Can you give them less than that?
Yeah, I don't give them less than what?
What do the Knicks have to offer him? I mean, what's the lowest the Knicks can give him coming into the NBA?
The vet minimum. The vet minimum doesn't count against the salary cap.
Okay.
But if they don't sign, if they release Luka, they would have money to sign him more than that.
Yeah.
I was hoping he pan out. That's the next one. I'm excited. That's what I'm hoping. God, training camp BX. That's what I'm really hoping, man. Pan out. I got to see how this guy get down, man. He got some skills too, man. I'm like, man. Yeah. McBride and Grind though kind of put that on the back burner for a minute. So
you know what? Preseason basketball is going to tell us a lot.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Preseason
yes,
is going
yes.
to answer all our questions. Like, just get these rookies ready to see what they get. This is the first time in years I'm enjoying preseason. I can watch everybody play.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Now I
I'm
can't.
interested in what our offense is going to look like as well. Um, I'm hoping it's more diversified. I hope in the preseason we see is not just going through Randall. That different people are initiating the offense. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Mm. Yeah. Me too, man. They got a good team. Knicks deep, man. They deep, DX. They got a deep team down there, bro. So I'm looking forward to do some pretty good things this year. I think we got a pretty good team down there, man, for sure.
Like KJ was saying, the 3 seasons is going to be good because you know that everyone here on the team on the roster is going to contribute some way, some shape, or form. Not like years past, you're like, well, I
Right,
don't think he's going to be here. He don't have a shot of making the team. So now you're
right,
really engaged to see, and
right,
now you start picturing down the road, especially the
right,
back-to-back games and so
Right.
forth.
right,
So now you go, okay, how does these guys look? How does this combination of players look in the
right,
preseason? You keep that mental memory when the regular season, and maybe when you
Shout
see
out, what's going on?
Thibodeau starts bringing those players, and you're like, I remember this in preseason when they were brazen and blazing, and he's gonna bring it in. Oh wow, he's gonna go with this pack, with this group, this
right.
athletic package. They're gonna run. You know which one. Once you see a certain player in the scoring tables or a couple of scoring players, now you know Thibodeau's going. They're gonna go running, gunning. So
Right, right,
it's an
right.
excitement. The crowd is gonna get buzzing because they're gonna see the players
Yeah.
getting up, and it's gonna be exciting, ecstatic. I can't wait, especially October 21st, man. I can't wait because I will be in the building for game 2 of the next season. I cannot wait.
Wow.
Yeah, down in Orlando. Yeah, we will. Well, we doing it throughout the 13th. Steph,
The
the
what, the
open night.
opening game?
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
the 20th.
20th.
20. I keep saying the
Is
13th.
it the 20th? I think it's the
That-
yeah, I think it's the 20th.
It's the
20th.
20th, and then they play because they play on the 22nd. So I definitely that
Oh, okay.
in
Yeah. So
Orlando.
you
My
in?
game.
You in there, Divine?
Yeah. I done sent them the cash.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
I might do Christmas game. New
I'm
York
doing
City.
Christmas. I'm doing Christmas,
You
bro.
doing
I'll be there. That's my birthday.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
wow.
You right gonna see me in the building, Devon. Me and my
Now
pop.
we gonna hook up for sure. We
We
gotta try
talked
to
about.
game.
Yeah, I'm in Jersey. I'm in
Okay.
Jersey.
I'm down here NC, but I'll be there though. What part of
Okay.
Jersey you at?
I'm in Union, New Jersey.
I was Patterson, Irvington.
Okay. That's about
That's
Irvington, 15
my
minutes away.
stomping grounds.
Oh, Irvington, yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's
You
indeed.
right there. All right. 20
Yeah,
minutes
well,
away from
now
the
I
city.
used to be. I'm in North Carolina now.
Okay, you know, okay.
Yeah, man. But being there, and then I'm definitely hitting that Christmas game. No doubt about it. And
Yeah.
I'm excited about the season, guy. That's why we're here talking. That's why we're here having these. It's amazing that the whole year round we get to talk Knicks ball because they're doing
Yeah,
so good.
definitely.
That was awesome, man. Then I got the Wise pan on here, and but we got 4 preseason games coming up as well, and that's going to be a pretty interesting one. I think we got three at home and 1 on the road, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm looking forward to that, man. I just can't wait till the season get here. I'm waiting for training camp to get here, but it's almost here, man. Before you know it, this month will be over. Before you know it, it'll be over, man. And then we we get ready for that September journey, man. And basketball season be back in effect. Oh my God.
Yeah. 82 games too, with
Mhm.
fans in attendance. So
And all the national televised games, we back. We
22,
back.
29.
29.
29?
If you count NBA TVs, 29. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
That's a
That's
lot of coverage. A lot of coverage there. That's a lot. That says something. That says they're back. They know the ratings. They know all the different streams and different contents and platforms here on YouTube, and the way you guys in the chat just follows every Nick content, and kudos to you guys to making your voice felt, because the nationally televised, they know that, they see that, they see every Nick's podcast or YouTube creator, they're full of Nick fans and passionate Nick fans, and they doing putting us on TV because of you guys and us, all of us, because we love this team and we talk about it, and we don't have no problem going on anyone's program when we're invited, and speaking respectfully and talking to about the Knicks, and that's why we're getting these national televised games. So salute to the Knicks fans for forcing these executives to put the Knicks on TV. So that's a big up there. So now we can watch them, enjoy them, and come back on here and speak with them and with our family, our Knicks family. And that's a good
Yeah.
thing.
And to me, I call this the Nick Underground. Like this is if you're a Nick fan and you want to talk Knicks and you want to hear takes, real takes,
Mhm.
NBA content creators, I mean Knicks content creators, that's the way to go.
Yeah, way to go. Yep.
That-
You don't
Right.
get the hyperbole. You don't get the back.
Right, 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 right.
You get straight from the gut, raw emotion. You know what? Like I always say, it's a way of life for us, man. New York
Yeah.
basketball is a way of life for me. It's like no other thing I do in my life. And whether it's like going to the bathroom, whether it's like going to work, the Knicks is just a part of that type of lifestyle for me. It's just part of the life. You know what I mean? And yeah, now that they winning, man, it's gonna be crazy. Can you imagine? I'll tell Steph the other night. Soon Kemba Walker hit somebody with a step back in the garden, cardiac Kemba, that place gonna it's gonna be crazy. I hope I be in the building when I Steph Curry that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. But I'm looking forward to the season, man. I think we're gonna have a good season. It's gonna be tough. A lot of teams got good for sure. And well, real quick, man, salute to the chat too, y'all. I mean, I ain't forget about y'all, man. But we were having some deep dialogue here. Salute to everybody, poor nice everybody. You know, I don't forget y'all, man. So let's keep it real. Salute to the chat, man, and everybody that was streaming and watching, and everybody. Y'all know I love y'all, man. I ain't slip on y'all tonight, but we deep into it tonight, though. Yeah, but we good, man. I'm excited. I think we're gonna make some noise. Where we end up, I hope we be in that. I think we stay in the top 6. But if like Steph said, if everything fall in place, man, we got to really have a chance to have a good season.
We really do.
A really good season. I really do. I had 41. I mean, we did 41 wins without a Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier and half of a Mitchell Robinson and not none of this, But like I said, everybody got better, but we did too. You know what I mean? So I think it's not like everybody got better. We didn't get better. No,
right.
So that's why I think we're gonna be competitive because just due to the fact we upgraded like everybody else did. You know what I mean? And we wouldn't upgrade. I've been a little bit. That'd have been a different story. I'd have been a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't get that $42 thing. I don't know. I might have to go against that. Well, they said 22 last year, so
right.
Just the combination of players we could throw out there at one time is just just even though we got the projected starters and bench, that might change. Like just the first time in years we had a true point guard since Rose. Like I go back to that 2000 when Jason Kidd was the guard. So now we got a guard that can penetrate, that can dish out, pass first, goes to the hole, shoot. Like it's exciting, man. Exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know about that 42 wins, man. Nah, no 42 wins. 50. Yeah. I'm going 52 and 30.
That's what I had. 52. 52. I had 52. I predicted 52 about a month ago.
52 and 30.
I'm with you on that.
Look, we were 9-11 through 20 games last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least 15-5 through 20 this year.
Yeah. Wow. And we come out the gate with continuity.
Yeah.
Everybody coming on. You know what? Like I was saying a couple of days ago. Nobody coming to training camp. They already know what to expect.
Oh my God, man!
It ain't like they got to learn the coach, figure out what he like to do. No, other than my man, the rookies, Evan Fournier and Kim Moore, on them only 2. Everybody else know what Tom Thibodeau do. They know what he want. They know what to expect. They should come out the gate They should come out the gate better than a lot of teams next year. You know what I mean? Atlanta, they know what they want to do because they're super unique, man. That's my brother. Salute to him. Yeah, man. So I think I'm looking at that, but I do agree. I have 52. I just think Kemba Walker them if they play. I know everything. It all depends on healthiness. I get all that, but just say if the Knicks play everybody say irrelevant, healthy. Nobody listen significant miss like a Julius Randle or R.J. Barrett miss months or something like that. I do think we got enough firepower to maintain. Because I think McBride and Grimes. I think if they had to fill a void, I think they'd do a little bit more better job than Dennis Smith or Frank and them. You know what I mean? Right. I think they'd give us. I think they'd give us more if one of our players go down because we deep like that. And I think we got 3 centers that could play. See the thing is, I would love to get another side guy to go with Opie. And that's why I can understand why you guys might like Bacon and all these guys. But even if he's on that roster, but then you can send Taj over there too. So we'll see. But if everything stays relevant, healthy, man, I think we got a good shot.
Can you, like you said, the train? Can you imagine be a fly on the wall in training camp? How hard these players gonna work? That's what I said. Preseason for these guys, they gonna go 1,000 miles per hour, man. Because everybody, you got to earn your playing time with this group. The front office and the coach, they setting the bar high. So even in preseason, they like take it slowly. They gonna go out. They going. They got something to prove.
Right. And as much as we think, Mitch is gonna start, Kimber is gonna start. With Tibbs, he on some other stuff.
Right.
What it looks like to us, he come out and he do something, So I think Kimber's gonna start, but would I be surprised if Derrick Rose start? Probably a little bit, but I wouldn't put it past Tibbs. I think Mitch is start. I think Mitch is better than Noel. But if Tibbs went with Noel,
yeah, right.
What are you gonna say?
And Steph, you know why? Look, I guess maybe to start, maybe because with Mitch and his defense sometimes getting in foul trouble, so they might just say, you know what? Let me start Noel for a little bit. I think he did that one time, a couple
Give
times.
Him a head start.
Yeah, let him figure his way out. That's why I said preseason. Let's see what Mitch do preseason. If he's still doing them dumb tacky fouls, start Noel, let him save his fouls, come in. So that could happen too.
That can happen. And who could throw a monkey wrench? Oh, go ahead.
No, I said, look at Shaw Power. She got RJ 22, Randall 24, Fournier 19, Kimber 22, and Mitch 15. Boy, we got a smoking team.
Mitch get 15 points. That'll be something. But listen, who could throw a monkey wrench in all of this in training camp? Kevin Knox. Because remember, at that 3 position, especially in that second in our bench lineup, we don't have nobody with that type of height and that type of length. If he come in on fire in the preseason, oh man, he's gonna throw a wrench in something. Somebody ain't gonna play, But
that's a good.
I don't know. They keep keeping it Knox around, and he not playing though.
Yeah, and I like Knox, man. I just think that boy game, he got that shot, man. He got the size and everything too, man. Hopefully he been working out all summer like they all do. Let's hope But the good thing about it, if Knox go and kind of training camp like you said and tear that thing up, it's even in a better situation.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? BX, they in a better situation, man. That boy going in and tear it up in the summer in a preseason.
Yeah, like you said, Stephanie, and I'm glad you brought that up. Knox could put a monkey wrench literally in the whole lineup and everything. A wrinkle, because now he that kind of wrinkle could happen the same way Julius Randle came out and became an all-star. I'm not saying Kevin. Hold on, let me be transparent. I'm not saying Knox is going to be an all-star. Hold on, pump the brakes. I'm just saying that Kevin Knox comes out and plays good to make playing time, putting his name on the hat. I deserve playing time. I'm going to score 6 points a night, and come in and hit some clutch shots when given the opportunity. Could put that monkey wrench and that wrinkle in the Knicks arsenal. That's my point, and I'm glad you brought that up because he's a sleeper. He's been busting his rear end, and I wanted him to see him in summer league, but the COVID. But that boy is still working his butt off, and I think, oh man, I think like you said, I watch out. He might play himself to be a trade bait. Who knows?
But you know what? I don't even want Mitch. I don't even want him to take a shot. If you're going to play for Tibbs, he got to see that you out there hustling, hitting them rotations, playing like your hair is on fire, getting them rebounds. That's what Tibbs wants to see. And on top of that, yes, knock down the shot. But if you out there just shooting, and you ain't doing them other things, you're not playing for him.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, let me my physical brother. He got the chatter, but that's my physical brother. Yeah, he had the jump shot like he used to have divine water. Water from 30 anywhere. Yeah, good one, Unique. I appreciate you, my brother. That's love right there.
Hey, bro, what would you average at Devon? What you average, man?
Man, I know what I played a lot of street ball, more street ball than organized ball. And I played it for a couple of my teams, but yeah, man, I had my jump shot is 30-40 easy. It was easy. Easy. No shit. Yeah, but but yeah, I said I could play some ball, man. I enjoy playing ball growing up, and that's what I did. Sports kept me to where it got me to where I'm at today. You know, maybe not at a professional level, but I know my mother knew where to find me.
Right.
You
And
know,
the
my mom
part
knew
player.
where to find me. Dad, you like, yo, he around there playing. He over there around playing bad boy, playing baseball, doing something, you know. So, but yeah, good with Unique, yeah, man. But Knox can be a sleeper. He, Valdolda, I can't wait, man. Like you said, KJ, that training. I wish I was that fly on the wall for that.
I mean, for Knox to play, he would have to beat out either
G Money.
G Money in the house.
Wow, G Money, long time.
Right.
My main man.
He would have to beat out Obi or Burke, or maybe quickly. I don't know. That's gonna be tough. But if he's situational, he'll get in through the course of a season. If Burke is not playing well and he's hurt, he could be the next guy up. If Quickly is not playing well, you move Burke to 2, bring Knox in at the 3, and the same thing with Obi. I mean, Obi looked good in summer league, but let's see. Let's see how he looks. Maybe there's games when if Knox is if he's not playing well, he bring him in at the 4 position.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep. He, right now, he back up Obi right now, or like you said, back up Burks. And if Burks had to go down for some reason, like you said, Steph, 6'8", 6'9", long wingspan, can shoot the ball from the corner. And he, hopefully he, he worked on his game like everybody else doing. So it's a problem. It's a good problem to have, man. Knicks got a deep squad.
Yeah. Question for all you guys, right? Say we all was in the front office, right? For our first preseason game, right? Would you guys want to sit all the vets and just let all the new guys play? Let's just start them from start to finish just to see exactly. Since we so deep, right? We don't play Randall, we don't play Kimber, we don't play Rose, we don't play Mitch, right? Even though we want to see him, right? Let's play all the new guys that's on the fence, like the Knox, the Grimes, the McBride, everybody else. No Evan Fournier. Let's go about maybe 8 to 10 deep for our first game just to see what that. Would you guys do that?
I wouldn't. Only reason I wouldn't because we only got 4 preseason games and we got to work Kimber and Fournier in, and so I would want to get as much repetition with those guys against other teams as possible. But I would still want to see those guys play.
I'll treat it like an NFL preseason. The first 2 games, I'll let the kids do all the stuff, and then follow the next 2 like a dress rehearsal, get them acclimated, because they're gonna have plenty of practice. They're gonna have plenty of practice in the training camp, but leading up to the first few preseason games and in between. So I would kind of mimic I know it's totally 2 different sports, but I would do that. The 2 as we get closer, get them mimic, because you want to get these guys to come back healthy. You don't need a twisted ankle or coming off of someone's jump shot, twisting an ankle of someone's foot in a preseason game on one of our starters, and really then start. You don't want to start behind the 8 ball, and that's the way I see it on that.
I if I had to do it, I would do it half. Let the starters play the first half. Let the rookies have the second half. Every game. Let the starters start first. Let the rookies play the second half. We ain't trying to win no guarantee, but we do. They do need repetition, though. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, once you get to the regular season, it ain't no practice.
Right.
Not that type of practice. You know what I mean? It's like constantly on and off playing. You never really get to. So you better take advantage of while you have it, because once you get to the season, that ain't gonna happen. But I don't have a problem with like I do. I would love to see the Knicks go in the first half, let Fournier and all them like Queen said, they do got to get acclimated together, because playing the practice is different than playing in a game. You know what I mean? Against competition. It's just certain things you're not going to do and you can do. But yeah, I don't got a problem with it. I would love to see it, but I think the Knicks probably would say, you know what, let's do it by half, if anything. Yeah. But man, that would be nice. The whole game of them young boys like summer league, which we just came off of. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I was going because like BX said, man, like they're gonna have a lot of practice, but like you're right, Devon and Queen, like it's a different game when you playing practice to regular game. So we so deep, we got so many different options right now. So I just can't wait to October the 5th.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we gonna do a live stream that day, or we gonna come on after? How that's gonna work?
I'll be on. We could do the live stream playing. We could do a play by play. You know, we sit there. I think we get raw. I love it like that, like BX said, because you get the raw emotions from us.
Yo, man,
Right.
That's gonna be unbelievable, man.
Because if we see Grind and Mitchell Robinson or Kimmel with a step back, you know I'm be bad bugging in here. So you know,
I think a lot of our questions will be not answered because it's still preseason, but like we could really see like the Knox. Knox is a big question mark. Let's see if he come out shooting that thing. It's like, damn, like, you know, we got to give him a chance now.
Yeah.
I know what's gonna be. I think they're gonna have to come to training camp. That's the thing. We projected these lineups, but they might get in training camp. And let's say McBride outshine all them dudes.
I'm telling you, McBride, when he showed us and with Summer League, I'm like, how can you not? Even though you could just see, you could tell about, you know, we all like sports. You could tell a sports like, man, this guy, you can put him with anybody and he could play.
Yeah, he got that. He got that it in him.
He a dog, man. We need. He New York ready, man. He New York ready.
Yeah.
And I like where he was shooting that three from. Like I said, it's easy to shoot that corner three. He was knocking that top three in the middle down like with ease.
Right, with ease.
I was like, yo, this
back to back. Like
that's
this guy.
Next future,
it's going to be hard to keep him. I mean, it's a good problem to have that these guys are not playing because they're not good enough. There's just no room. It's just that there's people in front of them.
And
with more experience.
That's why every player is gonna go hard on this team.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You're gonna be sitting right on the bench next to Tim. Right there. Look, the next man up. So come on, man. Like and Julius is setting the bar.
Yeah. He's gonna have a better season too.
He don't got to work as hard. You know, he's not gonna be double teamed as much, if at all. Yeah.
That perimeter, you know, it's so crazy to me with Julius. If Julius shoot like he shot last year, RJ shoot the three like he shot last year, you know Fournier gonna knock it down. And Kimber's above average.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty lethal thing, man. You pass that ball around that circle, any one of them cats can either shoot it or put it on the floor.
Then you got the bench to follow that.
Oh,
right.
Man.
With Burke, Rose, Toppin,
Kemba.
No,
I mean, not Kemba. I mean, quickly. And Noel, who started most of the season.
Yep. Yeah. That second lineup gonna be money. It's gonna be money though. That's gonna be money. I'm excited about it, man. You know what? Like I said, I'm gonna get me a shirt called Java Divine, just like the Queen said.
That's Mr. Java. That's what
I'm gonna be on some Java. Yeah, when you think I was Java last year, hey, I'm getting extra. Look,
extra shot.
Yeah, man. Exactly. Like, you know what? Like I said, when the fans came back to the Garden last year, I'm just like the fans in that Garden, man. You know, you see how that passion for man. That's why sports make me do overall. But just knowing that we got a good team now. Think about it, guy. We've been a hot mess for a minute. You know what I mean? So 8 years, 9 years. So it just feels so good, man. Just to see us playing good basketball and we function as an organization. You know, there's no chaos, no drama. They're making good moves. It just feels so good, man. Yeah, but I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for it, and I'm looking forward to the season. But like I said, I think we got a shot, though. I think we got a shot to do better than we did last year. And then, like I said, hopefully the injuries don't set in, the guys, and we keep this thing moving, man. I think we're gonna be all right, though.
Yeah, and I think, you know, shout out to G Money who got the Knicks 7. I started when I was doing that exercise. I kind of started with the Knicks at like 6, 7. But you got to put the rosters, like once you start looking at those rosters and you put them side by side, it gives you a different picture. You know, the Knicks are deep. Listen, these guys with these teams with these good starting lineups, at some point you got to go to the bench.
Facts.
If we down 5, the bench, our bench is going to come in and we're not going to lose ground. And in fact, we're going to gain ground. Even last year, our bench was one of the top benches in the league, and it's even better now.
Yeah,
it's even better now.
Man, that bottom 3 stuff, that Alex Burks and quickly and D Rose, that's a scoring trio right there, man. all them cats can get buckets. You know what I mean? At any
And they
given-
going against second team play. Who's stopping them?
right.
Exactly.
Like I
Exactly.
said, you can start the second team some games and let the starters play.
You know?
Combinations, man.
Who you think will be the NBA Finals? I say Nets and Lakers. Yeah, that's what I was on. John Gideon. I was on that. Nets and Lakers. That's what I want to see anyway.
Right,
If it ain't the hold up. If it ain't the Knicks.
If it ain't the Knicks.
If it ain't the Knicks.
Right.
I want
And the Knicks can get on a roll like Atlanta. And to BX Jetty's point, last year he was saying that, but I feel more confidence about this team making that type of run than last year's team if everything comes together.
I can see that. I can see that. Atlanta took the that mojo off that playoff run that I wanted the Knicks to do, or thought the Knicks was going to do last year. And
Right.
like you said, I think hopefully they could get it this year and jump on it. Maybe I spoke it a year too early.
That's okay. Wait,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
okay.
yep. We gonna handle this though. I'm excited, bro. I just think we gonna. I think we gonna. That's why I had the 52 wins, because I just think people just gonna sleep on how good this team could be if everything can come together. That's a hard offense to stop. I mean, that is literally every one of them players in that starting lineup can go get it, except for Mitch. He's the only one in that whole starting lineup that he need to get assisted on. Unless he get a back a rebound. Everybody else, RJ, he gonna take another step. He's taking another step. You know what I mean? So that's already boding well for us. Yeah, he gonna take another step. He's that type of player that's gonna get better every year here in the league. That's just the way he built.
Right.
And I think that, man, the additional Fournier, man, people sleeping on that cat. I don't know if
People
they
sleeping on him.
Yeah, man, they sleeping on that dude, bro. I like what he brings to the table. So I know. Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's gonna be a tough challenge. It's gonna be a tough challenge, but Steph. But I think we good though. I really do.
I think we good. I wouldn't be surprised if Fournier is our second leading scorer. Don't be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be surprised.
In the garden too. Oh man, he's shooting that ball. Them bright lights. He got that. He not scared of the bright light. He always want to play for the Knicks. One thing I can choose that we got players who want to play for the Knicks. That's a good feeling. Julius want to play. All they want to play. Fournier want to play. Kimba always want to play here. You know what I mean? Derrick Rose played here twice. We got players who want to be here, and I just think that bodes well for the team, man. These cats locked in. They locked in.
Right.
My biggest wish, I just hope Julius he don't have to force anything anymore.
Nah,
he got scoring, he can pass it right. I just hope he just goes to the hole, pass it out. Like, you don't got to force too much no more.
I'm going on a limb. Julius Randle 10 triple-double this year. I'm dead serious. I'm going on a limb. 10 triple-double. I read an article on Bleacher Report today. Like he said, he just gonna get better at what he said. I want to have a way better season than I had last year. In so many words, Right. So and that's good to hear when you see your leader putting that out there. Like, I'm going to be better than I was last year. That is so inspiring to see. Because now, that the kids that's playing with him going to say, okay, he want to get better. We got to go hard too. So Julius Randle going to be in there as a leader and tell me, listen, we got to get this. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. Giddy said we can, if we can stay healthy, we have a shot to be 5th or 6th. Okay.
If we stay healthy, I think we right there with Atlanta and Miami.
Miami, yep, absolutely.
Now Miami's starting lineup is tough, but I think our bench is going to pull us. It's a 48-minute game. I think our bench, will outplay theirs, and I think that's what's going to put us over the top.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. Like I said, they start line. They got a good starting defense lineup. They stack, but I like our chance against anybody because we got shooters. The only one in that start lineup they got that can really knock it down is Duncan Robinson.
Right.
In the start, and Kyle Lowry. Obviously, Kyle Lowry can knock it down. Everything so good for but we got 4 cats can knock it down.
Right.
4
so they stacked in that starting lineup, but after that, I like our chances.
Mm-hmm. Shop out. 3 or 4. I'm with you, Sha, on that one. I think we can sniff that 4 seed, man. Because I think we can come out the gate. I think we can come out the gate hot with that. If we can come out the gate hot and win some game that nobody probably wasn't expecting because they was down us like Vegas, with that continuity we already got there coming out of the gate, I think we come out the gate strong. That'll set well for us.
Yeah.
And going down the line, so that first, because the second half of the season is brutal.
Right.
Yeah, that's brutal.
It's the reason why Tom Tibbs, everybody gotta get in shape. I think they're gonna be a run and gun team.
Yeah.
You think so? That would be great if we could get some fast break points.
I think they're gonna run, especially they're gonna be running a whole lot.
I would be surprised, but let's see. Let's see, because Tibbs is kind of like that half court guy, but I do think we should try to get some easy baskets.
Yeah, I think he wanted to do it last year, but he didn't have the personnel.
No personnel for that. No way.
But I do. Mitchell Robinson can get up and down the court. Julius can get up and down the court. Fournier can get up and down the court. RJ can get up and down. All them guys can get up and down the court. You know how hard Kimber will go, but he's quick and fast. But he can, but he also can do that hockey assist or whatever to get that ball up. So I think they will. I think they might run a little bit more than last year. But that's gonna be dangerous on KW if they get a lot of transition buckets. Which that don't got to be your staple. What you do, but if you can get like 10 fast break points a game or something like that, then that goes well too. You know what I mean?
We saw it in summer league. They was running. The boys is running. In summer league, they was out. So, like I said, different combinations of lineups. He might say, you know what? I'm gonna put a 3-guard set in here. I'm gonna put Rose, Quickly, and Kimber in the game at one time. let him run for like 6 minutes to see.
Right.
Hey, with RJ and Julius Randle at the 5.
Right.
What happened? Right. Yo, Trey Young killed this year, right? We can say that. But my thing is, if we would have had more guards just to get in there, get a couple fouls, stop them up, hit them up a little bit. Them. Yeah. We got to. So it's different combinations we're gonna go with. Get him a couple fouls. He only got 6 fouls. Give him a couple fouls. Get him there. Make him tired. Tie him up a little bit.
Right. G-Money, come on up here. You gotta tell me that Atlanta and Miami is more talented than the Knicks. Now, I'm talking about the Knicks are healthy. Miami's healthy. Atlanta is healthy. I'll put the Knicks roster up against anybody.
Yeah, me too.
Miami, once you get past their starting 5, they can only go about 8 deep. Remember, Oladipo is hurt. He's not ready. Yeah. So if you want to say injuries might get in the way, I could agree with that. If you want to say that we may not gel, I could get with that. But I don't know if you could say that the Knicks aren't talented, like last year. I don't know if you could say that now.
Yeah, you can't say that. Not with that 1 and 3. The way they upgraded that 1 and 3 spot. Come on,
Stephen, man. So you're telling me you're not afraid of Udonis Haslam coming in there and rucking them up for the
Nah.
Hey,
CT, what do you think, man? What do you think? You think the Knicks is finishing the 4th or higher, or 5th or higher?
Who's that? The Knicks?
Yeah.
Which seed? Yeah, man. I think 2nd or 3rd.
Wow.
As a ceiling, as a ceiling. But it's possible, Look, I was saying that Tibbs is going to push in the home and away and in the regular season to go all out. We've got the depth. We've got the platoon at each position, and I think some of these players, other teams are going to struggle with the 82 games. And Tibbs is just going to go. His intensity is there, and I think we can steal that 3rd seed.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? That's what I think. I agree to at this point because listen, what to me, what Brooklyn. Okay, let's say Brooklyn and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You're just gonna cap them out. Philly ain't a lock to because it all depends on their situation. All depends what Rivers got to prove himself, man. You know what I mean? He got to prove himself. And you got to think about Boston. Boston got a new coach, like BX said. He a rookie year coach. He's a good coach. I'm not taking that from him, but he is a rookie coach. You know what I mean? I don't think Dennis Schroeder and Al Horford scared me that much as to even you add, and you still got Marcus Smart there. Don't get me wrong, they got a good team, but I think people we are 10 deep easy. Just I mean, our first 10 is nice. You know what I mean? And I just think that's a lot of power to have with two centers like we got there. And like I said, these guys, Kemba Walker, let's forget the knee joint. The cat is a 4-time NBA All-Star, third team All NBA, and know how to get down. Kemba Walker is far from a scrub.
Oh no, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All-star level, and that's what I'm just trying to get people to think. He could do what Trae Young could do. That ain't a problem. You know what I mean? That's not a problem. He could do what Trae Young could do. He might not do it. You know, he might not have to go shoot all these crazy threes, but Kemba Walker could do. Trae Young made an All-Star 2. Kemba Walker that made his 4. I'm not saying Kemba Walker's not going to be this type of player, but we got a guard who kind of almost a mano. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. That if Trae Young dropped 30 on a given night, Kemba Walker, if he's the go-to guy that night, he can get you 30. He got that type of talent, I'm saying. So I think that then we go down to the second play, our guard. I mean, come on, man. RJ Barrett or Fournier, depending on which way they do it. Anyone of them cats can give you 19 on their given night, 25 if it's day night.
Yeah, Fournier could drop 30.
Right. He could drop 30 if it's his night. So I just think that RJ could drop 30 if it's night. Julius could drop 40 on you if it's his night. You know what I mean? So
And I think the fact that we're
down there, you know what I mean? We got some good players in New York right now.
with the number of options we have, the defense just can't key in like they did last year with on so few guys. You know, it could be anyone's night. To your point, you know, I mean, our fourth best offensive player, to your point, can score 25. So I don't see a defense able to quell all of our options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's Mitchell. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson can have a sneaky 15 points. You know, rim runners and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even our situational players. So, you know, so we're not playing McBride and we're not playing Grimes, but Quickly can't play, and you bringing in Grimes. Walker's not playing, so you move Rose to the starting lineup, and then you move McBride up for a game or two. I in the regular season, I think that's going to be fine. You know, even having to bring in Knox because maybe Obi can't go that night. So just our situational players that are out of the rotation that move into the rotation if somebody gets hurt, the situational people are strong.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. I KJ, let me ask you a question. If the Knicks get out of the first round, which I think they will, I think this year we get out of the first round. I really do. Do you think they got a chance to get out the second, or depending they playing between Milwaukee, let's say Brooklyn, Miami, or Philly? Do you think the Knicks could beat one of them in the second round?
I do. I really do. I mean, think about it. Nobody in this panel can say last year we was gonna win 41 games.
Right.
It's in the unknown right now with this team, and we know as the team gets better through the season, they're gonna get way better. And I just think our bench, like you guys, our bench is better than a lot of people's benches out here. Like we're gonna tire you down. I think they can beat anybody.
Yeah, I love to hear that. I agree with you on that one. I agree. BS, what did you think about that?
No, he's right on. We didn't expect them to win 41 games. We went along with the ride. I actually jumped. I said they were going to go to the Eastern, probably to the NBA Final, Eastern Conference Final when I saw them win on that 10-game winning streak. And the way they played defense, the way they were gelling as a team and bought into the system, and it just playoffs. We know what happened in the playoffs, but could it happen this year? Yeah, because we've seen it. When you get players to buy into your system and the coaching program and what's it takes to play New York Knicks basketball and Tom Thibodeau style basketball. You don't limit and now they upgraded in talent. They upgraded in talent, and you got another year with the second year playoffs players coming into their sophomore season with the Knicks. They're going to be. You see the confidence in both players, despite the fact of what you want to say of Quickly. He had a lot of games with high assists in the summer league, so he's comfortable in knowing there. And I always keep saying Emmanuel Quickly every year in any level since AAU and I've been following, he gets better each and every year. He always works hard and gets better, and he's only and I don't see it's going to stop. He's going to get better next year. He's not. I don't think neither one's going to have a sophomore jinx. I think or slump. I think they're going to come out. They're going to have a really good season, and I think it's gonna transpire, and it's gonna make it easier transition, in my opinion, for McBride, Grimes, and company to come into in here, and they're gonna say, wait, these guys came in last year and they did, and look at them now. They're gonna buy in immediately because they lead by example. Then these guys bust their butt and now they're playing here, and look with them now. I could do the same. And McBride, no matter what, he has confidence. He has the it factor, and you saw it in summer league, and getting under the wing of a Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, even Todd Gibson. And I know they don't play the same position, but how to conduct themselves as a professional, how to conduct themselves outside, and all the other things, and what Tom Thibodeau is looking for and need. That's a goal. That's we don't have weight to, or there doesn't have value for us to say how much important that is. And I think that's what's going to separate the Knicks going forward.
Yeah,
I agree.
Good 100%.
100%.
Yep, I agree.
Think about, in the last 20 years, what was our number one biggest concern as Knicks fan? The last 20 years, since the year 2000, 21 years. The biggest complaint was Knicks don't got a guard.
Right.
Yep.
Now we got 3 different guards we get interchange. 4.
If you about those I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying 4.
Yeah.
But we got people that can handle the ball now.
Fournier.
Alex Burks played some point last year.
Yeah.
You know,
We have more secondary ball handlers.
Right. And you know what? To piggyback off of I'm sorry.
No, you good. I'm sorry.
To piggyback off of BX, I think the jury is still out on whether or not Quickie can be a point guard. I think it's only been 1 year. I think it's too early to say that this guy will never be a point guard. He's a shoot first point, but so are so many other point guards in this league. They are shoot first. There's only a few pass first point guards, right? And I think it takes some time when you're a shoot first point guard. It takes some time to figure out, when do I take my shot? When do I get other people involved? This is just his second year of trying to figure that out. And in the summer league, he got better every game. You know, in the second game, I said, wow, there was people open. He missing them. He not seeing them. By that third game, he saw the people. He was getting them shots. So I think it's going to take him some time to figure out. I think it's too early to limit him to just a shooting guard. Let's see. And right now, even though I like McBride, I would feel more comfortable with Quickley only because he's been through a season already. If Kemba had to miss some time, if Rose had to miss some time, I would feel more comfortable with Quickley as the backup only because he's been through the NBA for at least one season. But I wouldn't be mad if they chose McBride.
But you know that's a great problem to have, though, man. Yeah, it's a good problem to have. I think Quickly, like he said, he grew up a point guard, and when he got to Kentucky, he had no choice because of who they had there. You know what I mean? But he came into Kentucky as a point guard, so at least the good thing about it, he knows the position. Like Steph said, he does got to get better at it, but he do know what it takes to be a point guard. And then that's good. That's a good thing to have. But man, that's crazy. You think about Kemba Walker, Derrick Rose, Van Dozen, McBride, Quickley, Alex Burks if need be. Grimes probably can even do if we needed him to. You know what I mean? Positionless basketball, get the ball to the main guys who open and run the team. But for running the team, that's where I agree with Steph. That's where his next maturation would be, running the team.
Right, running the team.
Running the team. Yeah. If he could run a team good, then he's got to live with him because that's like I said, you can't. I thought this year if the Knicks didn't make their moves, Quickly had a chance of becoming in that starting unit. I was like, who they gonna do? What they gonna do? But it just show you how deep they is now. And it's like, man, you know what? Quickly better make sure McBride don't come in there and put him. They better be careful. They better be careful because they got a lot of firepower, man. So that's a great problem to have, CT, to know that we got guys that if you don't hold your thing down, somebody can take your spot easy.
Absolutely.
That's
Hey, you
easy.
know what? I wish that Kimba and Rose would get quickly in the room and put this guy tape, put Marbury tape in for him, right? Think about it. Kimba and Rose dropped. If he cupped that ball instead of doing that little floater, I'm like, just drive to the hole sometime, do a regular layup. You don't got to float everything.
Right.
If you start doing that, get to the contact. Because sometimes I don't know how y'all feel about the floater. Sometimes I'm like, you don't got to
Sometimes
float
it's too
every
far
layup.
out. Sometimes it is too far
Yeah,
out.
I'm like, hey man, look at Marbury, man. Get up there, do some Marbury in.
Yeah. Quickly,
Yeah.
I think quickly, to me, I know, thank God I said it before Summer League. I figured quickly and Obi will have the biggest jump this year for the Knicks. I said that even for Summer League. I like, you know what? These cats get us off season to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Off season train. And I think the key was being when I heard they were going to that select team, there you go. Obi Toppin get to play around Kevin Durant, get to play around Armstrong, Devin Booker. I mean, he get to practice against some of the top dogs in the league. These guys, and picking brains and going up against some of these guys, man, that who you gonna see on a regular basis and getting schooled and getting educated while you getting schooled. I think it bodes well for them too, and I think that helped LB Toppin in the summer league this year because had going to that select team, he got to go up in the gym against Kevin Durant and Zach LaVine, and you know what I mean. It was like pretty cool for them. So if they had a good offseason, I think it's going to show on the court this year.
Yeah, and that continuity factor, I think I can see us getting off to a quick start because you look at the two new starters that played together as well, and a coach that familiar with his system from last season. We have a preseason games now. We didn't have that last year, and other teams trying to figure out their new pieces and how they work, and also our schedule. That's probably our easiest schedule for the last 3 years we've had starting out.
Right.
And I was hoping for more than 4 preseason games, though. I was hoping for 6 or 7, but I can understand with the current situation. But I thought, you got Washington just nearby, you've got Philly, Brooklyn. Why not do a few home and homes with them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that would have made a point. But I think the good thing about it is they what you just said, all them close games right there. I like that. They ain't got to travel, and they kept it real close. You up and down the Pennsylvania Turnpike, or you're down the Jersey Turnpike, but you ain't got to go too far to deal with your competition. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that worked out well for them, the schedule makers and how they did that. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see the young guys. Just like last year, they grow. And I like I said, I think that playoffs left a bad taste in their mouth. I mean, I just think losing the 12 way they did, I think that left a bad taste in their mouth. So you got to expect the Knicks to be hungry, and I do think they're gonna come out here and say, listen, we ain't no fluke. What you seen last year, we're gonna do that again. And I think that's what they're gonna have to prove. Now instead of being a hunter, now they're gonna become the hunted. They're gonna be hunted. You know what I mean? Now when you ain't sneaking up on nobody this year. You ain't sneaking up on nobody. We know who y'all is, so we know how good y'all playing. But I think we built for it, though. We built for it. But then, man, let me go around the panel, man. And it's been an awesome show. Really have. I love everything about it. Let me get some thoughts, man, on the way out the door. We start with my man KJ, my brother. Thank you for blessing the panel. We'll see you on the next one for sure.
Absolutely, and I like to thank the panel. I've been looking at all you guys for the past month, and I said, I'm gonna hit Devon up. I want to join the panel. I appreciate you for all of you giving me a chance to join your panel. BX, I've been checking you out. I'm a Yankees Giants fan, all New York. Devon, I know you're a Met fan, so it is what it is, but it's all good. Queen and CT. Right. Look, I look forward to meeting all you guys one day in person. Let's keep growing this fan page. Knicks Real Talk. Keep it up. I'm signing out. And I'll be tuning in to the next time, all right? Thank you all.
Peace.
Appreciate you.
Peace. Yeah. Stay well.
Queen, I know you got to get on the burn, but
Yeah, I mean, as always, I appreciate coming on. All of you are invited to the show. BX Jetty, Divine, CT. Anytime you want to come on, Mondays, 8 o'clock, the Queen's Court. it's fun. I'm having fun, and I appreciate coming on. Sometimes I miss you guys. I don't get the notifications or whatever, but I saw it today, and
Yeah,
I set my schedule so that I can be here. It's always a pleasure, and we're gonna have a lot of fun this season. Gonna have a lot of fun this season, and I just think we're gonna do it.
yeah, I think so.
I think we're gonna do it big this season.
Yeah, absolutely. CT, my man.
Yeah, man, always a blessing to share the panel with all of you. And Steph, I missed the show yesterday. I think I wanted to jump on, but
Oh, that would have been great. Yeah.
I've got work during sort of these hours, but I'm always trying to jump on anyone's show before whenever I can. And Tony's as well. Shout out to him. And Nick's Real Talk, you guys already know. Your fam already.
Yes,
love talking with you, and I can't wait for the season to start and talk about it as it evolves. And I'm looking forward to pre-season. I think training camp is start of October, isn't it?
October 5th. October 5th.
Yeah.
October 5th.
Yeah. I'll be locked in, ready to go. Do you guys think there'll be more moves to come? I thought like maybe a trade or a wave, something like that. I've heard talk about JJ Redick, and I've heard talk about Bacon only being on a Exhibit 10.
Mm-hmm.
You're correct on that.
Yep. Yeah. We had talked about that earlier too. Yeah, that was something that we had we talked about. I don't got no problem with JJ Redick. Like I said, I think the Knicks that team is good. I think that team is good enough to add that man if we need them. If one of them cats pop off and if the Knicks think that McBride could be that confident, or Dozier can wind up shaking it around, then that's a whole different story. But when it comes to the playoffs, I just want us to make sure we got some experienced guys who are not afraid of the moment, and that can handle that pressure of that last second shot or that last. That's mainly what I want them, CT. So I'm hoping if that's the case, I'm going to follow JJ Redick. And much as he's a Duke player, I can't stand Duke basketball players.
If we don't get him, Brooklyn will, I think.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what we got to look at. You got to be careful what we do. Now
I'll give him Bacon's spot,
Mm-hmm.
And look, I'm open to giving Vildoza the full preseason training camp to see if that injury was bothering him in the Olympics and all that. And also, for PR, we brought him all the way overseas, and to just cut him, I think without giving him a chance wouldn't be good. So give him every chance. But from what I've seen, I think his spot's in jeopardy.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah.
Like I said, he got talent though, man. I love what he do with the ball. I love what that man could do with basketball. He does got that Lonzo Ball eyesight. He does got that court vision, like the good guys, like the kids and all them. He could see Vildoza could see shit. I'm like, yo.
And how much do you think that Jokovitis could, and what they've seen with him, could play into a fact? Because one more year of seasoning, he could be our Vildoza next season, but younger and under our rookie deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's so deep. This team is so crazy. Real quick, man. It's like when training camp come, the guys you, like Steph said when you brought up now, the guys you may not think gonna be the ones making it happen might go out there and ball out. That's what I like about. That's what I like about the training camp. Though we might say he's gonna start, like Steph said, they get a training camp and turn to like, this dude can help me better than him.
Right. Because Tibbs is about winning.
Yeah, man, it's about winning. That's what I mean. That's what it's about. It's about, can you help me win the basketball game? And ask Knox and Franks that last year.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And Knox was in the starting lineup, or was the rotation or the starting lineup? One of them.
Rotation.
And the next thing you know, he just disappeared.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, we might. Yeah, I said we might buy him out. Yeah, we did, man. We bought him out. But you know what? And who knows? That's like I said, that cat ball out. Luka Vildoza can shake the whole thing up. You know what I mean? He can shake it. He can shake it up by either he's gonna be the third point guard, or McBride might have to wind up being situational, or it might be like Luka Vildoza could be situational, and McBride be the third point guard.
Right.
It's not a bad problem to have, BX, man. It really not for sure.
And you know what? I know we got to go. Um, Sometimes I've seen players get traded to create room for somebody playing behind them,
Mhm.
just to give that guy more time,
Mhm.
So don't be surprised if I don't think we're gonna move Burks, but let's just say Grimes is killing, you know. Maybe
Mhm.
they move a Burks so that he can get more time. I mean, I doubt it because he's a rookie. But the point I'm trying to make is if somebody is getting it done, you can move the guy in front of him to create space for him.
Space for him. Yep, absolutely. Hey, look at my man. Nobody thought him at the 25th pick last year, whatever, quickly was gonna come in and be the backup shooting guard. I mean, the cat came in right out of college, and even though the team ain't deep as they were now, but we still made 41 wins. You know what I mean? And he was part of that. So yeah, you just like you said, you never know. But it's gonna be tough to beat our RJ though.
Yeah, yeah.
40,
Oh, yeah, yeah. No
you know
doubt
what I
about
mean?
it.
And that's
Yeah,
what's so beautiful about it. That's what's
yeah,
so beautiful about it. Think of the competent. These cats got to beat out some good ball players. You know what I mean? And so I think the Knicks got a strong team down there.
right.
And that's how we gonna roll. BX, man, give me your thoughts, my brothers, Mr. Sports Jedi.
That's absolutely thank you, everyone. Appreciate everyone in the chat coming along, being part of tonight's broadcast as well. Everyone in the panel, Steffi, always a pleasure to
Yeah,
speak with you.
appreciate you.
Always here, CT, always a good time to when you're always around and we talk to you and be part of the program. And to meet KW, I know he's always been on my program a lot in the chat, and to meet him and to have the panel with him is
Yeah,
fun.
nice.
And it's always fun to meet everyone in the chat at least one time on the broadcast to meet and
Mhm.
talk face to face, and it's like your family. You walk in and it's wow, this is what the Knicks family and the sports world is about. That's what um makes it sports a great thing in life. And we just keep on grinding. Absolutely. Thank you guys this evening, and I
Mhm.
know that we're gonna be back on and always bringing you Nick content, and we also got other projects going on. Go ahead and please support all the other content creators, not just basketball, in all different types. If you like a certain particular sport, give that thumbs up, that like, and just give them an opportunity like I do. I go in and listen, and I'm a fan of everyone that I'm able to listen to, and I enjoy every one of them because I identify myself because I'm in that same position. So with that, Bronx Sports Jedi says, guys, have a good night.
All right.
Many blessings, and I'll see you next time.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, facts. Yeah, yo, man. Salute to everybody, man. Like real talk. Y'all make sure y'all go check out these platforms. CT, he got it popping right now. The streets is buzzing out there, man. Y'all make sure y'all go support the brother. When he drop a notification, you already know what it is. Queens Court on NBK, you already know what it is. Y'all look out for these content creators, like you said, man. When they we dropping these things out here, let's get it, man. We are here from the fan for the fan. We fans just like you guys. Right now, we just got some platforms that we can help you guys share these thoughts. But go support everybody, man. And, it's enough room. Everybody can eat around here, man. It ain't no big deal to me. And my door is always open down here. Knicks Real Talk. You guys already know. These doors is always open. And anytime y'all guys want to get on, come on in, man. I appreciate all you guys. I learned a lot being around all you great minds. I do. I learn a lot. And that makes me feel good because it keeps me sharp. You know what I mean? But we know my sign, iron sharp as iron, man. We good. You know what I mean? We good right here. You know what I mean? We always good here, man. To the chat, y'all already know. Elton, Mike, everybody, man. Shaw Powers, Pudge, P Nice, Elton Lee, everybody, man. If I miss you, y'all know Mike Lugo. I'm gonna get you. Hold on. Baba Bowie, everybody, man. And Gideon G Money back in the building. I hope
I
Diane was
know.
well for you. I hope you had a good with Jerry Walker. Thank you for you coming in, man. Yo, you like and subscribe, man. Come and be a part of the family. Y'all just be safe out there, man, and have a good night, man. And just enjoy yourselves and get ready for for some Knicks basketball coming down the line, man. But we always gonna be on. Like I said, you got some concrete. Everybody got a show here, man. If you're a Knick junkie like me, you can get information anywhere. But
Right.
we got, but it's not the information you get it anyway. Make sure you're getting good information. But I can tell you, Bronx Sports Jedi, Queens Court, and CT, you're gonna get some good information there, great information. So you never get cheated with these programs, man. So I'm salute to all y'all, man, and have a good night. It's been fun, great show. Thank you to my panel. You already know BX Sports Jedi. You already know Steph. Girl, I love you. You already know how that is. And CT, man, keeping it locked down under. And I see y'all, man. And y'all to the next episode. Look out for these guys' shows so we can get on there and support them. And we're gonna keep it moving, man. Knicks Real Talk. We all over the place, man. Peace.
Peace.
Yo, salute. Nick's Real Talk, man. Divine. About to get out my grind, hop in the Black Knight. About to make it happen, man. Nick's Real Talk. We all over the place. About to get it popping. Divine, Bronx, Jedi, 7-6. The night show, the morning show. Nick's Real Talk, man. About to get in the Black Knight.
Nick's Real Talk, let's get it poppin'. We hoppin' like toppin' and the Jumpman brand, ain't no stoppin'. Divine and Bronx out our 7-6, we lit from Facebook, Twitter to Twitch, and all that shit. We number uno, the promo that blow like nitro. Now the streets are buzzing, so we flow with the night show, so spike them lights below. That thumbs up, run them up, then you double up, cause it's Nick's Real Talk, and we on the come up. We'll salute to the cats in the chat, that's where it's at. Now you place the chats, when I pace that under space where our faces at. We lace these cats with news, notes, stats. Game recap, no hyperbole, we straight facts. In fact, we say it lit like a candle through hot the handle on the banner. We vibing, so subscribe to the channel. Nick's Real Talk. Nick's Real Talk.